What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of The Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about AI influencers gone too far. It's a video from Chiseled and Donis. We're going to watch that. It was submitted by Robert Jones. We're going to talk about Rematch devs, explain why the game isn't free to play. We're going to talk about the canceled Batman Arkham Knight, canceled Batman Arkham Knight follow-up. Concept art shows a grizzly Bruce Wayne. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about Jurassic World's Evolution 3 will no longer use generative AI following backlash. If you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. What's going on, Eclipse? What's going on, Travis? Roadkill, good morning. Robert Jones, Roic, Water Bear, Aku, what's going on? Good morning. Tonight, we have no Shooting the Shit with Sarge. Tonight, we have a guest. We haven't done it in like 7 months. The last guest I think we had on Chatting With was Greg Owen, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a new guest. It's The Real Fake Wizard. He'll be on the show this evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you tune in for that. We just like talking to other content creators. We've met some really cool people so far. Every single person that we've interviewed on the show. So if you don't know The Real Fake Wizard, he's up and coming YouTube channel. I mean, like he's around like 40,000 subscribers pretty fast. He's only been on for I think about a year. So way more than I've ever had. And he's only been on a year. He's doing some really good content. I like his style, and I think it's funny that he's The Real Fake Wizards. We'll figure out where he come up with the name and whatnot. So tune in for that tonight at 8 p.m. I would love to get Laura Fryer on, Jones. I would love to get Laura Fryer on. I've reached out, but she doesn't have an email. And then when I reached out to her through other avenues, just never got back to me. So, but I always try. I have lots of people that I've asked to come on the show. It's just a lot of people, if the emails get lost, if they don't want to, they look at me and go, who is this person? I don't want to talk to him. So you kind of have to, like, prove yourself. So every time I get a guest, I feel grateful because someone's giving me their time. So, I mean, we met Kingard and Greg Owen and Chato. You know what I mean? We have a lot of people. She's on LinkedIn. I'm not on LinkedIn, so I guess I could try that. What's going on, Silent Warrior? All right. Oh, I got some other news. So right now on iTunes and Spotify, I have 2 singles. Now, it was a test. We're putting it up there so you can get Control-Alt-Steal, okay? You can stream it from Spotify, or you can also, John Walker, Skip the Boss, John Walker said, is also on iTunes and also Spotify. It's also on a bunch of other ones, but those are the 2 big sites, right? So if you want to support the channel even more, you can download and buy those singles. If not, I have a whole album. I have 20 songs. Everything that you listen to in the morning, that's going to go up on iTunes and Spotify. It's not up there yet. They're getting reviewed. So, but they will be coming down the road. So you too can listen to, Know Your Industry. That gets good. That's good. I love that song right before the show starts with Sarge screaming. It's not actually Sarge, but it's everything Sarge says. So that's going to be up there. I want royalties if the metal song is a hit. I mean, sounds good. It is on Amazon as well, yeah. And it's also on, I think it's also on YouTube Music. I don't know. It took me a really long process to find out a distributor that wasn't a horror story. There's so many horror stories out there of what people are using. I like how Water's like, I want royalties for making a song. I mean, you just gave me the idea, but I will give it to you. I will give it to you. I will buy you something with all 20 cents that I make. Yeah, Robert Jones, 20 cents a year, that's it. Yeah, so those will be up. But right now, you can actually go to Spotify, Control Steals up there, and John Walker, and I screwed it up. Marvel Rivals, I put underneath, instead of 30 NSG capital like I did lowercase, so it's on a different thing, so I have to fix that now. Just by mind's eye, I'll call it even. I don't want to do that to you. I'll get you something you actually would play. Hold on one second. I think my air conditioning's off. Why is the air conditioning so hot? 76. Fuck's sake. Question, chat. Is anybody else's spouse, wife, girlfriend, is she in charge of the air conditioning? And when she's home, it's freezing. And when they're not home, they're like saving the environment. Anybody else? But I think my wife forgets that both me and the boy are in the house. And I'm like, why is it warm in here? Yeah, I battle the AC every day. Now, the AC is working just fine. Yeah, the house is usually cold. Yes, I can relate. Thank you. Thank you. One person. That's all I needed, Jason. Thank you. It's like when she's home, it's the Arctic Circle. Okay? When she leaves, she's like, we got to save the environment. We got to save the environment. It's like, what? No, I like it a nice 72 to 74, especially over the summer. It's like 94 degrees right now. Soundware says, I control the thermostat, and I like it freezing, and my wife likes it 100 plus. Oh, my God. It's like, just move to Florida. You don't even turn on the air. It gets like that. Eclipse says, man, speaking of AC, mine is turning off because it's so damn hot here. That means it's probably it's freezing. Like it's overworking. It means you're putting it too cold. What? 70 in Florida? Yeah, it was like 72. Yeah, it's like 72 to 74 degrees. I started sweating when you said 70. Yeah, no, it's 94 right now. Or it's supposed to be 94. It's hot. All right, so we played Rematch the other day on Monday night. If you guys missed it, go check out the whole stream was pretty funny because Dolphin was playing with us, and Dolphin was like on a delay or something. It was quite humorous. So go check that out. But the first story we're going to talk about is Rematch Dev explains why the game isn't free to play. Okay, I think this is actually a pretty good game. I do. I think this is a pretty good game. I think it could do basically what Rocket League did, right? Like I remember Rocket League when Rocket League first came out. People were like, "Yeah, it's fun." I said it's going to be an esport thing. People kind of made fun of it, whatever. And then I remember a couple of years ago, I was sitting at a restaurant, and all of a sudden, ESPN started showing the live tournament of Rocket League from esports, and I was like, "What is happening right now?" Right? It went like mainstream. I don't know if this does this. I don't know if this gets as big as Overwatch or Rocket League per se, but soccer is an extremely popular sport now. If you're in the United States, we call it soccer. Why? I have no idea. Okay. Football in the rest of the world is huge. Huge. It's huge. Okay. It's gigantic. It's 10 times the size of football, American football. Like when people watch the Super Bowl, it's like 127 million people watch the Super Bowl. Okay. When people watch soccer, just a normal game, there's like 1.2 billion people on planet Earth that watch soccer. So now, not going to say that all those people are going to play or watch, but this could get pretty interesting, and this could have teams, right? It's a very well thing. Now, the only thing different here is that it's a $30 price tag. Now, a lot of people would be like, well, it needs to be free to play or whatever. So the owner, talks about, he says He says, Rematch producer says competitive games don't need to be free to play to succeed. Tarno went to say that he doesn't believe that the formulas or secrets to making a successful game, but just one formula is be very good, right? Make a game, sell a game. He explains while players' exceptions or expectations may vary, they can also have discerning taste, analyzing every bit of the game and every mechanics. If the game is originally solid and reasonably priced, he thinks they'll just like it. And I think he's spot on here, right? I don't think you need to make a game free to play to make it popular, but if you make a good game, what happens is people start talking about it, okay? Hey, did you play that soccer game? Did you play that soccer game? You should try it, right? It's just like Rocket League, even though Rocket League's just like soccer. Anyway, so make a game, sell a game. That's our number one rule here, okay? Respect the time, make a game, sell a game, right? All these things, and that's what this is doing. So, which seems the case. Rematch recently waved a positive review. He added that the developer's Slow Clap likes to offer players a challenge, something that was pretty clear in the previous hit, Sifu. And Sifu was another game that's really popular, but I think this is going to be way more popular than Sifu, okay? Whatever that is, Slow Clap is doing seems to be working. Rematch reached over 1 million players after its day one release on Xbox Game Pass. It's at a 3 million unique players now, okay, in less than 24 hours, as also its significant success on Steam, peaking at 92,841 simultaneously players. Rematch popularity will likely continue increasing over time, and developers has promised that brings seasonal updates with new modes, maps, cosmetic content in the future. So, again, it's amazing that all you got to do is make a game, sell a game, and you too can also be very successful. I think it's priced at a really reasonable price. I don't like the microtransaction cosmetics type of stuff, right? There's a lot of it in there, but you can earn the in-game currency inside the thing. You do get your money back if you pay for the battle pass. You do make enough in the battle pass to pay for the next battle pass when it comes out. But what I like about this game is that it's real easy to pick up. Really easy to pick up. Everyone understands what they can do. But then, obviously, if you understand sports, if you understand soccer or football, okay, there's a lot more strategy involved in here. There's a meta forming with the ricocheting off the walls. A lot of people don't use the side walls to pass, at least what I've seen, okay, which needs to happen more, okay? But there's also a big gap between the people that are just playing and the people that are mastering what the game is and the moves they do, okay? Because you can see, and this is what I think a lot of people like, it's a team sport, but at the same time, it's a one-on-one situation, and people love to show off how they have the feet to maneuver and the skills or the finger mashing, I guess you could say, on the controller to show how much control they have over the ball. And it's just going to get worse and worse between the people that are just casually playing and then the upper echelon of players, which is no different than any other competitive game. But obviously, when you watch Rocket League, you're like, oh, cool, I can drive a car on the ground. But when you watch the pros play Rocket League, they're like flying in the air, doing tricks. They're up on the ceiling, up on the side wall and stuff. It's like a completely different spectrum of watching. That's what's going to happen here real soon. We're only out here a couple days since the release of this game. In a week, 2 weeks, you're going to start seeing the gap forming between the people that are just masters at this thing and the people that are like, yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. But we'll see. I really like it. Let me know what you guys think about Rematch. Have you played it? Have you tried it? Do you think it could last or go the distance and become a major esport game? Or do you think it's just a flash in the pan? People play it right now because it's summertime and soccer and whatnot. Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of the other videos. Thanks for watching. Aku says, 30, we can send Water Bear on Mars to the UK. He belongs there. Eclipse says, I think he announced that they had 3 million players. That's awesome for them. Yeah, it was 3 million unique players is what it said. Obviously, Game Pass is included in that. They had over 1 million people, so 1/3 of the people playing is on Game Pass. Right? That's the way I take it here, where it says, let me see. Yeah, Rematch reached over 1 million players after its day one release on Xbox Game Pass. So you go. Just on Game Pass, it reached 1 million players. And they already got paid from Microsoft for that. So I wonder what they got paid for, though. Did they get paid for like 2 million copies, 1 million copy, 500,000 copies? You know what I mean? Be interesting. What's going on, Saint? What's going on, Ford? Let's see. Eclipse says, I swear the British called football soccer first. Blame them. They did, actually. Mr. Luke told me, he goes, actually, the UK called it soccer. Okay, they used to actually call it soccer. And then everybody else called it football, and then they switched it over to football as well. But they also called it soccer back in the day. I was like, I didn't know that. I never knew that. Obviously, we call it soccer because we already have football. It would be really confusing unless Microsoft bought the NFL and soccer, and they're like, yeah, it's football. And this is also football. It would be very confusing. It's like what they do with their boxes and stuff. They just call everything the Xbox Series whatever. You're like, is that it? No, that's the one. Is that it? No, that's the 1S. No, is that it? No, that's the Series S. Very confusing. What's going on, Mo? El Dente says, I'm about to start playing Death Stranding 1. Wish me luck. Good luck. Good luck on your package delivering. I know someone's going to be cringing. Like, that's not a package delivery service there. It's not a package delivery. I wanted to play Sifu. I thought it was pretty cool, Jones, when they showed like the mods and you could be like John Wick and stuff like that. Mo says, as of right now, it looks really promising, even though you have a major handicap. Solid Warrior says, I think you're right. Once the skill gap is more present, people will start to fall off. Right, and at that point, though, they paid $30. So here, actually, I should have said this in the bigger, broader conversation, Warrior. I said when we were playing the other day, I wish there was a sort of like Marvel Rivals, right? I like playing the competitive inside of the 3v3. I know there's ranked, but I wish there was a mode, like in Rocket League, you could play with other NPCs on your team, right? So you could try, practice against them and whatnot. If they're not going to put it where I can play against a game with them, they need to put it... Now, there is a practice defense thing where there's like a circle that closes in and you're trying to do your defenses and stuff like that. But there needs to be a practice where I can go up against other NPC players and practice my moves and stuff like that. Because when you play in a game, right, and I'm playing with two other people, I'm not going to sit there and practice, doing the ball movement and stuff while we're in the middle of a game, So they should practice, but I want someone to go up against without using it in real game time. You know what I mean? So hopefully they add something like that inside the game. El Dundee says, I've worked for UPS. It's going to be the same. That's exactly right, El Dente. Now, if Microsoft bought sports, it'd be called Xbox Series Field. Sard says, it is a package delivering. Aku says, the football versus soccer. Oh, look at him coming in here with the football, spelling it with the football. Terminology was the primary cause of the 100-Year War. American football is Xbox Field Series F, and soccer would be Xbox Field Series S. That's exactly right. Rogue says, I think the only option right now is making private match and practicing in there. I wish you could pull your lobby into a free play. Right, that's what I'm saying. Even that. I would take that, Rogue, where if we got in a group and then we could go into a free play and then just practice back and forth for like real competition type of thing. Like sort of like what you would do in real soccer, right? You would scrimmage against your own players. That's what they should do. Maybe they'll bring it in. Maybe they bring it in. Eclipse says, well, it's just like Rocket League for me. I had like 100 hours in that game, and I stopped playing. It's because so damn good. I like Rocket League. I still like Rocket League. I think there could be. I think Rocket League's skill gap is okay because obviously if you're playing rank, it'll be the same here, right? It's not. I'm not trying to be contradictory here, right? It'll be the same here, right? Once you start playing rank, but the gap just it increases. But it's like this is a $30 game. If someone comes in and plays $30, but they can only play against people, you're going to play against these guys down in these things, because what's going to happen is that the people that are playing, remember, people like playing PvP games and competitive, but they also don't like losing. So what happens is they go into rank, they're really good. Either they get bored because they're beating everybody, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to go play quick play, and they're going to destroy those people, and it makes them feel good because they're good, and they're just shitting on lower skill tier people. All right? That's what happens. That's what happens in all PvP type of stuff. They don't actually want competition where it's a fun game. Like I said it on stream the other day. Me and Rogue were playing. I was like, I love the tight games. If we lose a tight game, I'm okay with that. I hate blowouts. I hate getting destroyed. Okay? But if we're on 1-0, right? 2-1, whatever it is, and we're fighting and it's really close, that feels great. That's always feels good. It's when you get destroyed, you're like, yeah, no, I'm good. And then you play the same guys over and over, it doesn't feel good. That's the problem. Now, see, I'm playing on Game Pass. I didn't pay $30. Okay? For the people that are paying $30, they might look at it and go, oh, this is so much fun. And all of a sudden that skill gap kicks in week 2, and they're like, yeah, I'm not having fun with this. I kind of wasted my money. You know? But we'll see. Me and my two buddies had like 3 back-to-back equally balanced matches. I think those are great. We won 1, and I was like, this wasn't bad. Yeah, I think the close matches are really good. And then there's the little look, I love soccer. I know I don't talk a lot about sports here, but I used to be a huge sports fan. All sports. I used to be like stat guy. I loved baseball, basketball, soccer. I literally would, years ago, when it was overseas, I would wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to watch the World Cup. I love it. So, used to be a huge soccer fan. Used to be a huge baseball fan, football fan, all this stuff. Now I'm just like, I search my phone and be like, oh, cool, they won. I think Rematch is going to do good, though. I do think it's going to do good. But we shall see. All right, the next one that we're going to talk about here is Batman. Canceled Batman Arkham Knight follow-up concept art shows a grizzled Bruce Wayne. Okay? If you guys like what we do this Monday through Thursday. We just cover news stories, have conversations. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Please make sure you hit that like button if you're here. If you're here every single day, like, hit that like button. It helps push this channel out to get other people that if you like it, someone else might like it as well. All right? So, concept art from the long-canceled Batman Arkham Knight followed up set a star of Damian Wayne as Dark Knight has surfaced online, giving us a best look yet at the aged Bruce. Project Sabbath, as it's also known in development as Batman Arkham Origins Studio, Warner Brothers Games, Montreal, after the launch of 2015's Arkham Knight, and would also have featured 2 Batman, father and son. Ultimately, however, the project was canceled by Warner Brothers. Fucking Warner Brothers. I have a song about that here. Wait, do we have it? Where is it? They canceled another one. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't have it. Damn it. Hold on. I got to put it on. Cancel Another One Bites the Dust. Another One Bites the Dust. We literally made a song just for this because Warner Brothers loves canceling things. They never, ever keep it going. It's so stupid. I thought I had it on my board, but I don't. Oh, here it is. They cancel so many goddamn games. You guys can't even hear it. Multiverses vanished, poof, where'd it go? And now another studio's closed. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, they shut it down. what's sad is that I created a song about WB canceling movies and games, and yet it still works. It works because WB is going to keep canceling stuff as we go because they're awful. They're an awful company. Okay, so ultimately, however, the project was canceled by Warner Brothers and WB Montreal and instead shifted focus to launch the 2022's poorly received Gotham Knights, a game with no Batman at all. Amazing. Now, we talked about this a little bit last night, right? I actually like Gotham Knights, but it wasn't the best game. But it wasn't a shitty game either. Okay? The fighting in the game was actually well received. The actual world, the open world where you're like patrolling and protecting the city actually felt really good. The story was decent, but they missed the bar, right? The UI was terrible. It got shit on because of the 30 frames per second. Not because it was 30 frames per second. It was because they hid it was 30 frames per second for the longest time right before launch. Okay? They didn't say a goddamn thing for the thing. And all of a sudden, right before, it was like, what, 3 days? Maybe a week? They're like, oh, yeah, by the way, it's 30 frames. People were asking and asking and asking it, and they wouldn't tell you. And then by passing, they're like, oh, yeah, it's 30 frames per second, right? And I think a lot of people gave shit to that game. I wouldn't say unjustified, okay? But we were coming off of other comic book games that didn't do very well, right? Marvel's Avengers, Marvel Midnight Suns, even though it's a good game, wasn't received well. Guardians of the Galaxy was a good game, but it wasn't received well, okay? Like, it didn't sell well, I should say. So even with this, they're just like, yeah, we wanted a Batman game. We didn't get a Batman game. We got Gotham Knights. So people hated on that as well. So I don't think they gave it a fair shake. Wasn't an awful game by any means, or the stretch of the imagination, I should say. But yeah, it's a little disappointing that they went with that instead of a Batman game. Okay, at the time, it was planned that Warner Brothers' next big Batman game, while Rocksteady itself explored concepts featuring other characters of the course, Rocksteady itself circled back to the version of Batman, sort of, in its next project, and ill-fated Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So they canceled the next sequel, prequel, whatever you wanted to call it for Batman, for Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. So images from the former WB Games Montreal artists who worked on the project have now popped up, okay, featuring a youthful-looking Damian Grizzly and bearded Bruce, plus concepts of Killer Croc and the Huntress. Whether this game would have been strictly part of the Arkham verse canon has never been firmly established on this on one hand. Some of the designs were particularly very different looking than Killer Croc, suggesting this would also have been something in a very different different take. That said, the same could also be said for Poison Ivy's appearance in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which definitely was part of the Arkham verse. And of course, the WB Games Montreal also make Batman Arkham Origins a prequel that also considered canon in Rocksteady's core trilogy. It says the new concept art from WB Games Montreal, canceled in 2015, Damian Wayne game project Sabbath, was also surfaced, shared a character artist. Okay. This isn't the first time the concept art from a game was also hit on the internet. Back in 2021, another former WB Game Montreal developer posted images of Damian Wayne in his bat suit, a sleek outfit with red bat signals. And these designs also showed same bearded old Bruce Wayne, although only inside his suit, meaning that the newly revealed face was actually obscured. Still, a design suggested that at some point, the older Bruce would have also suited up during his retirement. That would have been cool. That would have been cool to play like both of them. So Project Sabbath, a canceled Damian Wayne Batman game on WB Montreal, apparently has another wave of concept art revealed, and this time by concept artist. The images matched are now in the game, was also first described years ago. So after launching Gotham Knights and providing additional development, help to Rocksteady and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, WB Games was downsized in December of 2024 with almost 100 jobs lost. Right? So make a game, sell a game. They made a game. Let me show you some of the what's it called here? The screenshots. We've got, all right, we got this one right here. There's the Bruce, old and grizzly, beard, no beard. There's Damian. Okay, there you go. Killer Croc. And that's it. So, I don't know what WB's doing, man. I don't know what WB's doing. They constantly are. Look, I get it. It's easy for us. It's easy for me on a YouTube channel to be like, oh, why this is a no brainer. Nothing's a no brainer, right? Nothing's a no brainer. Obviously, I don't know anything that goes on behind the scenes as far as over budget. We just talked about Hightail yesterday. 7 years in development. They kept changing what was going on. Didn't have upper management, and now the game's canceled. Happens all the time for other games, right? Other games that are shitty get through the cracks. They get to almost the point of launching or launch, and they fail miserably. And then other games get failed way before they're even, visualized. You're like, oh man, I would have loved this game, but we really don't know that, right? Another thing I want to bring up today, also down a little bit down the road, is Transformers Reactivate. Okay, there's some gameplay going around from RoboGamer HD showing some actual gameplay. It looks pretty damn good. Okay, and that was really far along. That was like 5-6 years in development. Right? And they canceled it. So to say that this game would have been better than Gotham Knights, we don't know that. We could say that because Gotham Knights didn't do very well. We could say that because Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League didn't do very well. So we could say, oh, this would have done better than that. But we don't know that for sure. It's just, I don't understand what WB is doing. Just stop with Batman for a second. Okay? I understand Batman's the most popular character for the DC universe. But there's tons and tons of characters that you can make for video games. And yet they just keep going back to that thing. And what's happening right now is no matter what happens, any Batman game that comes out in the future is going to be compared to the Arkham series, because the Arkham series was such a good Batman game. We had Batman games before, right? We had shitty side-scrolling Batman games before. But then when Batman came out, the fighting, the graphics, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. The bar was set. And then every time they come out with another DC game, and they're like, oh, cool, we get Batman. They're like, no, you can't play Batman. No, we're going to show you Batman, but you can't play Batman. Oh, it's not that Batman. It's a completely different Batman. And it's always mind-blowing because they're not even putting the love and tender care into the other characters as well as they did for Batman, right? So, Wonder Woman game, I think people were excited for the Wonder Woman game, but what did they do? They're like, nah, we're just gonna cancel that. No one's interested in Wonder Woman. Multi-million dollar, comics. Wonder Woman's a huge character. Linda Carter used to be Wonder Woman back in the 70s. Okay, there was interest back then. Now you don't think there's interest in Wonder Woman now? You don't think there's interest in other characters inside the DC universe? They're absolutely crazy. They're like, yeah, let's make a game for 5 years and then let's cancel and do absolutely nothing with it. It's mind-boggling to me. Upper management in WB has to go. You got to get rid of these people. They don't know what they're doing as managers. They got their job because they did something else, but they don't understand the IPs that they have. They do not understand what they have. Same with Hasbro, same with Warner Brothers, same with Disney. They don't understand what they have. They inherited something, and they just kind of just put it out there, see what sticks. They throw the dart, throw the spaghetti, whatever you want to see, right? It's just frustrating. It's frustrating. All right. See what you guys are saying. And they muted that one dude in Discord for asking about the 30 frames per second. Oh yeah, the whole Metacritic behind, like not the Metacritic, the whole meta behind the thing, Jones, is that they could have done a much better job with Gotham Knights, but they were on the defense. They were on the defense because of everything that was going on in that moment, right? With wokeness, and they saw, like, Batgirl was awesome in the game, right? No one really brought up that they did bring it up, but it was like a speed bump, right? Like, Robin was gay, right? They just boom. That was 30 frames per second was the big thing. They kind of just glared over Robin, but the whole thing around it was bad. Not because the game was bad, and that's what frustrates me. The game's not a bad game, not even close to a bad game. There was things in the game that made it bad, but the game's not a bad game. Rogue says it wasn't that bad. It fell flat at the end, and they needed more villains to fight. 100%. They had a perfect opportunity, Roic. I don't know if you... My whole channel, this channel, 30NSG, okay, was built off of Gotham Knights in the very beginning, okay? there was interest in that game. They had so many outlets that they could have done with the case files and put more case files in there, and you went on investigations. They could have added more story, but they screwed it up. Why? Because upper management didn't know what the hell they were doing. We all know when it's also so good because of Rocksteady didn't make the people would have kept comparing it. 100%. They're still going to compare it to this day. Anytime a Batman game comes out, it's going to get compared. It's going to get compared 2 times now. It's going to get compared. Is it better than Suicide Squad? And then is it the better game than Arkham Knight? Robert Jones says WB doesn't understand what WB is doing. Yeah. They're trying to sell off stuff. They don't know what they're doing. See, that's the problem, right? They're trying to sell off the assets. Sony, we just talked about it last week. Sony's trying to put an interest in for the assets for the games and the IPs for video games, right? But WB is trying to sell it in this section, but Sony doesn't want the other stuff. They just want the assets and the gaming stuff, okay? At this point, I would take that because WB doesn't know what they're doing. But do you understand that they would rather sell off the IPs than get rid of the people in the company? Think about that. They would rather sell off the IPs than get rid of the people that don't know what to do with the IPs. Morons. Sarge says WB doesn't even know what they're doing. Kraken says, didn't they reactivate it? Did they reactivate it, actually, or was it deactivated indefinitely? For which thing, Kraken? Windsor says 30. I'm wondering now for the DCU who Gunn's going to choose to be as Batman. I'm really excited for Superman. I have tickets pre-ordered. I don't have tickets pre-ordered yet. I'm a little worried about the movie itself. We were talking about Batman the other day. We were thinking about Alan Rickman, the guy who plays Reacher right now. He has major interest in playing Batman. I would love to see him as Batman. He would be a brute Batman. That's who we're talking about. Transformers, yeah, Transformers is done, right? Done. Transformers Reactivate is not going anywhere. Robert Jones says, I don't think that Arkham games can translate well to co-op. Robert Jones says Gotham Knights Deluxe Edition is on sale for $14 right now. Meanwhile, the regular edition is $70. That's a good pickup, by the way. If you want a good game, that price is really good. Oh, that's another issue I had. The price. I didn't think the price was worth what the price was when it first came out. Yeah, I don't know why the regular edition is 70 and the deluxe edition is 14. I don't know. Didn't Gunn say he wants the actor who plays the character to do cross everything to keep them? Yeah, he talked about it. I actually have a video of that because me and Krebsy used to go back and forth. I always wanted Disney and them to make a Marvel gaming universe, so no matter where they were, and they kind of did that. Some of the voice actors are from one game to the next. And James Gunn said that in the Elseworlds it'd be one thing, but we want to keep the characters, consistent across the board. If Alan becomes Batman and then they do an animated series and he wants to be the voice of Batman, that's basically what he's talking about, right? No matter what they do. He's not using Robert Pattinson as Batman, which is a completely separate Batman, which is going to get really confusing, right? It's going to get really confusing if you make a brand new Batman, but this Batman's in this universe, and then you have Batman that's in a completely different universe, and it's like, why? I honestly think that Marvel kind of ruined comic books for movies because not all movies need to connect. Do you know what I mean? You could do standalone stories, but for some reason now we have to do homework. So, for instance, I just heard something about Ironheart that you would have to watch Iron Man 1 to get a reference inside of Ironheart, which is not just a reference, is actually a plot point. And it's like, you got to do homework to watch something that's brand new because they intertwine everything and link everything together. It's Batman's. It's just, I don't think you have to have a line through everything, right? Where it has to connect. It could be in the same universe, but it doesn't have to be on the same story and whatnot. You don't have to reference everything. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me show. Altron, you put that. Actually, you know what? I can just go to his channel. No, where is it? Am I subbed to him over here? Yeah, I am. Okay. So this is a longer video. It's 27 minutes, but I don't really want to show you 27 minutes. I want to show you actual gameplay that he had posted up of Transformers Reactivate. Okay. So he has this where he shows and he talks about a little bit, and we'll let it sit there and we'll kind of like nitpick or whatever, right? I was a huge fan. Look, I am a huge fan of Transformers. I was really looking forward to this game, right? Really looking forward to this game. And now it's just dead, which is fine. You know, it is. Maybe it sucked.
Beyond just a short jump.
Okay.
You can reach higher locations by
this looked actually really good. Now this is early on, so there's gonna be moments and stuff. It's not complete. Obviously, it wasn't all
that allow you to
finished.
dodge incoming enemy attacks. You are also able to use this in mid-air. Your ability to change
the movement
form
looks
gives
good.
you a major advantage in mobility over your enemies. Use it to quickly move in
Looks
and
very
out of
fluid
battle
from
and to reach
changing
new
from robot
objective
form
locations while in the field. Don't forget
to
that you have
vehicle.
the ability to boost while in your vehicle form. We've managed to get some of the Cybertronian weaponry we found alongside you functional. Just
I'm gonna lower that a little bit.
at Legion you find to
right.
take them down.
Gunplay looks okay.
By looking down the sights.
Over the
Most of your
shoulder.
ballistic weaponry needs to go on a short cooldown period after extensive use. Luckily, your loadout allows you to carry
It looks
an
good.
additional weapon you can switch to while waiting for your other to finish its cooldown. You can also get up
I like the design. It's taken a little bit of like G1,
two types of melee attacks.
you know, influence and stuff.
And heavy. Melee attacks can be strung together by combining multiple light and heavy attacks. You can also make use of your ability to change form.
Right. Then he talks about like, look at this.
Starting menu for
Look at the design.
Transformers.
Right. Look at the design of Bumblebee, and then you have Ratchet and you have Shockwave.
Reactivate because that's what I'm used to calling it, but this is technically Rise, of course, like I mentioned before. So when you first jump into the game after the opening cutscene, you will see what character you will be able to select, and that's out of 3 characters. And from what I've heard from Reactivate, is it is the same characters almost, except I do believe Starscream is in place.
So basically what would happen when the game came out, he's saying, is that if the game came out, you would have picked one of these 3. Okay, he's saying right now that Shockwave would have been put Starscream instead there. Okay, so you would pick one of these 3 to start with, and then it would be sort of like the first Descendant, where you would actually play and unlock other characters or find the characters. You would either find the characters, or you would find materials of the characters, and then you would build the characters and bring them back, basically.
Of Shockwave. So Shockwave is a pinnacle point in Reactivate version with splash damage, whereas with Certain Affinity's version of the game, Shockwave is a selectable character, which is kind of interesting because Shockwave seems to have been even a point even during their development where Shockwave was going to be a big bad for Rise version of the game. So
you got to remember, in this game, there's no good guys or bad guys. The good guys and bad guys, Autobots and Decepticons, were working together against the Legion.
So it does make me wonder if Shockwave should even be here at all in these 3 selectable characters. But what I do like right off the bat is that they call Bumblebee B127, which is a reference back to his Cybertronian form. But with, of course, you can also select Ratchet, which is pretty cool.
Look at him. Come on, man. The designs look great. The designs look great for him.
And you can also select Shockwave.
Yeah. They look so good. So sad. So sad.
And I love it just seeing these animations. This is so clean, like seeing this
Very
main
good.
menu portion when you're able to select your character.
And imagine we don't get games like this. Now, obviously, I don't know if it's a good game or not, but you don't get games like this. But Concord gets okayed and gets put out. Mind's Eye gets okayed and gets put out. But a brand IP of Transformers, not a kart racer game either. Like, bro.
Now, I would love to see this in an MMO.
Warner Brothers says, imagine if the Warhammer guys pick this up. Warner Brothers, or not Warner Brothers, Hasbro needs to do. If I was Hasbro right now, I'd say, give me all these files. Give me these files. Find someone else to do it, or open it up, like Eclipse said. Open it up to somebody, man. Say, here, do something with it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I haven't mentioned it already. Go check that out. It is regarding Saber Interactive. But at the same time, I would love to be able to see a menu like this where, like, you, after your opening cutscene, you get to jump in, but instead of a character like this, being able to select a original character, we get to customize our own custom character with a MMO. And
I don't know if I would like to do that. I don't know if I would like to. Maybe. See, I wouldn't take that. I would love to be these characters. And the way I look at these characters is the way I look at the Marvel characters. Right? I want to play Shockwave. I want to play Soundwave. I want to play Starscream. I want to play Optimus Prime. I want to play these characters. I don't want to make my own character and be like DC Universe Online, where I'm making a character in the superhero universe, and then I go up to Bumblebee and take a quest line. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in playing the characters in Transformers. There is hundreds, if not thousands, of it that you can play different characters, and they all have different abilities. They all have different, their own perks and whatnot.
And just like you'd see in Fall of Cybertron and War of Cybertron, you can customize your character to your liking and then jump into the fray of things. I think that would be really cool if a game was made like that, just like this, where you can select your character, you could see a little bit of history from what the game is all about, kind of thing, an opening amazing CGI cutscene or whatever from Digital Domain or whoever is going to make it. But, man, even seeing these animations and sound effects when they're just...
Look at the size difference of Bumblebee to Shockwave. Shockwave's head's like up here. Like, check this out. Look at the difference, right?
Showing up on screen is just a lot of fun. So for the sake of doing things, I'm gonna choose Bumblebee. Your first pick to be Bumblebee, of course. I'm different stations. Track should not actually be in the middle of the screen. I accidentally did that when I was
like he has the codes, and he's like,
you will be able to access your zones by just clicking on the node.
He has the game.
From New York.
He's like one of the few
Chicago,
people that has the actual game and is messing with it.
Russia or Boston, wherever it may be after that, who knows? But just like it shows here, you will see the tab for the New York zone. Enter the zone. Let's do it. And then you've got your first mission right.
You think the characters look mid, Krebsy? Or the game looks mid? I mean, the game is mid. It's not even a finished build. I think the characters look fantastic.
Here, now, to explain things really, really quickly, is that originally, Certain Affinity had planned to do a Manhattan zone as your tutorial zone. You may have seen that FTUE, which is simply the beginning tutorial of sorts, just showing the overview of how your character will work. And then you will jump into your actual tutorial or starting opening mission, which is in Manhattan. And of course, you'll see Optimus Prime fighting the Legion, etc., etc. And I may show
Optimus Prime's voice when he talks, it's terrible. It's like I don't think it was the finished voice. I think it was a placeholder
on the road in the future. But for now, The way this beta works is that you jump right into the very first mission called Back in Action. And to show you guys right off the bat is they really didn't have a story developed. They had a lot of things behind the scenes on how they wanted to develop the story, but it wasn't implemented into the game per se.
Like, imagine that. They're like, oh, let's make a Transformers game. Let's make it a whole rich story. Oh, we don't have a story. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
So, I'm just letting you guys know that this may not be what they had behind the scenes per se, but this is a version of the game that was very close to where they were going with things, and this version of the game could have been released in 2020 for everyone to be able to play.
So this is the older version. This is when before they turned it into Reactivate. So we're talking this build is from like 2019, 2020.
So we're going to jump into the mission, and this is very interesting right off the bat. I'm going to talk about this.
Look, it could have been 4-player co-op right there.
Real quick, is that they actually have artwork and they were developing an actual ground bridge, very similar to the video game Transformers universe that was canceled, of course. It was going to be an MMO, but turned into a MOBA style PvE, PvP shooter. That game got canceled, of course. It was
this is the one before Splash Damage took over.
A web-based game in Unity, and it was
this is before it was called Reactivate.
Based on the show Transformers Prime. Transformers Prime, of course, also had a ground bridge, and that's where Transformers Universe got that all from. But also, this game was also making its own ground bridge, which there are assets for. It just was never implemented into the game. And of course, you see that further in history as time goes on with Transformers Reactivate. So guys,
so this build that he's using is the game that was like 2.5 to 3 years build. When Certain Infinity was doing it.
All know that yes, Transformers Rise was going to have a ground bridge in behind them.
Oh right, this was called Rise. This one was called Rise, and then Certain Infinity gave it to Splash Damage, and then Splash Damage just sat there and didn't do anything with it.
Like in behind the character, as you see here. When it goes up, and you'll see it in a second, but when it does the countdown, it will show that the door will slowly start to go up, and then the character will go on this turntable in its animation, and then you will go through the ground bridge kind of thing. That was the idea. But later down the road, they were going to have this door and turn and open up, or open up like a 2 double-way door from side to side, left and right, and then you would see the ground bridge room in the background. And it was really epic.
I would keep management Warner Brother games. I would keep management.
I can't say more than that, but beyond that, guys, let's jump into the footage.
Dustin
for
says
Back in
random
Action.
shit just to say it. Oh, he didn't capture this correctly.
First order of business in this era is
It's like
getting
anamorphic.
The Legion took out all of Earth's old scanning tech, but Delvin has put together some new recon scanners for us.
All you need to do, and it's for the first draw point.
What are you talking? Okay. I'm sorry. I want to go back to Krebsy's statement earlier where he says this game looks mid. Graphically, it looks like fucking Division. Right? It's like Division with Transformers. Obviously, it looks mid because the game's not complete, so it's probably not. It doesn't have any bad villains on it or anything like that. It's like bare bone.
Now, welcome, guys. You are now inside of the game, and I just wanted to share with you guys here this first clip.
Fanboy mode, Pixel. What are you talking about? Just look at it with your eyes, man. This is a build from like 2019. Right? Graphically, it's much better than most games that came out today.
Of jumping into the game. Now, as you can see in the background, there
his capture is completely screwed. It's stretching the screen.
is Delvin. He is talking. I also apologize for the...
Can't say it's not complete and it could have been shipped. this build, he's saying in this context, Krebsy, this build is from earlier than 2020, meaning if 2018, 2019 build and the game was going to come out in 2020, but then they stopped it, and then they gave it to Certain Infinity.
Screen because I have an ultra-wide monitor and I did not set up the settings for this footage. And I also just wanted to throw footage that I had as older footage, just because I needed to get it out there and just get rid of it. So this is really early on when I was still learning the controls of everything and still learning how to play the game. This is like when I first received the build and being able to play
the movement looks very
this
fluid
game, and I really enjoyed being able to play it. It was such an amazing experience, and while I may not be the most experienced player when I first started, I really enjoyed it.
Basically, this is the first Descendant, but Transformers.
Regardless, just being able to like go around
or
shooting
Warframe,
and
really
learning the mechanics of it all and learning how this game truly played. And it was amazing. And as I said before about the storyline, guys, the storyline, you can definitely tell there's text to speech for when they did not have the voice actors recording those lines, or when they changed something and they didn't have the voice actors to be able to pull them into the studio and have them record lines. So they definitely changed the way the story
I love how the way he transforms. From robot to vehicle.
Like, a lot of things changed, and the way the game played out. But at times, sometimes there will be voice acting for these characters.
That must have something to do with the phase wall. Let's see if we can shut it down.
Legion aren't that stupid. You'll need a cipher to run that spike. My guess is you'll need to take it from one of their big guys. Speaking of...
Oh, is that all?
A little nice entertainment before the main event.
Now, one of the big things that you guys will notice right off the bat, which is awesome, is there is actually, despite it being text-to-speech, sometimes there is some comedic moments, and that's what really I enjoyed.
Does he say in the very beginning? Because I missed it. Let me
first
go back here for a second.
Playthrough/walkthrough or archival of sorts for this game. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to get taken down, but honestly, the game is canceled on both Certain Infinity's side of things and Splash Damage's side of things. This game is known as Transformers Reactivate to the masses, but in reality, this game was originally known as Transformers Rise when it was in Certain...
Right, so he has the build from 5 years ago, if not 6 years ago.
Infinity's hands. The game started off with Certain Affinity, and then it eventually got passed off to Splash Damage, where they continued development and kind of revamped a lot of things, especially when they jumped to Unreal Engine.
So his build is nothing what the other ones look like, which does make sense because the ones that we saw, they slimmed down the actual characters.
5, as you know, this is in Unreal Engine 4, and this game was going to become an Unreal Engine 5 game with Splash Damage as Transformers Reactivate. Now, we all know the history, and for those that don't know, is of course the game has been canceled on both sides.
We're not watching the whole thing, Pixel.
But at the same time, it is for the purpose for the Transformers gaming fans to be able to somewhat experience what this game was going to be, and you will right off the bat see a lot of the live service elements. But if you as a Transformers fan can see past all of that and see the possibility or the potential through this game, what it could have been, I think you guys would have been treated with something pretty awesome. Whether it was with Certain Affinity or Splash Damage, I think there was something truly golden about this game, and I think there could have been something really, really big about this game. And I really liked the premise, the core storyline.
Responsibility to protect this planet. In this task, I have failed.
It doesn't sound like
allowed our inability to trust the Decepticons to distract and divide us until they arrived. They are Legion, and their attack was as sudden as it was devastating. Our knowledge of these alien creatures remains minimal. Each of their units are composed of millions of nanomachines. Their numbers never recede, as the fall of one eventually gives rise to another. Now the Autobots and Decepticons have finally put aside our differences, working together with the humans to save what is left of this world. One conclusion is inescapable. Their towering monstrosities are tearing the planet apart. Our battle.
Don't smoke, kids. Anything else here? He just uses Bumblebee the whole time. Yeah. So look,
even if it is text to speech, just listening to some of the
it's sad that a game like this got passed off and then didn't see anything. Right? Hasbro's like, oh yeah, let's make a Transformers game, and then didn't make a Transformers game. It looks good. I don't care what you guys say. If you say I'm a fanboy or not, just visually, with I look at my eyes, visually that looks stunning. Right? The city looks great. The character models look great. And this is the 6-year-old build. This is not Splash Damage's build. This is Certain Infinity's build before they got it. This is before Unreal Engine 5. This is Unreal Engine 4. Now, obviously, the game could have sucked. The game could have been as monotonous or boring as hell. It could be as good as what Division 2 is. It could be as shitty as as Concord was. We have no idea. But the character models look pretty goddamn good for 6 years ago. Right? This build's probably 1 year, 2 years after what the graphics look like for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Right? You got the day before it comes out, or didn't come out, the day after. All right. Going from that, we're going to watch another video here called AI Influencing Gone Too Far. This is from Chiseled Andonis. We watched him a couple of months ago talking about AI stuff, about the fake streamers. Well, we're coming back. Was it like 6 months, 7 months later? And now AI has constantly changed. And before, you guys were like, I could tell. So let's see what happens now. Obviously, everyone knows it's AI, but see how crazy and far we've come in just 6 months.
Is there anyone here to save me from ice?
I'm here to help them and not you.
This is what you call a cheese pull. Look at that.
Okay. She's fake, and she's eating fake food. Like, we are screwed. We are screwed, chat. There's going to be food reviewers that are not even reviewing actual food. They're not even eating.
Oh, gay-ass boy, 4 Galaxy Gas, or we spin it to 8?
How much horsepower in that?
About a comet and a half.
Double it and send someone flying.
Yo, lil bro.
What? That, ironically, that's exactly how I felt playing with Magic the other day when we were playing the soccer game.
8 Galaxy Gas or double it to the next person?
That looked like alien steroids.
Nah, this is Nebula drip.
Double it. I'm still in rehab.
Like, I have no idea what he's saying. I have no idea what we're saying. Like, what is he saying? None of that makes sense.
So boom, y'all remember earlier this year when I made a video saying AI is taking things way too far. You got AI streamers, AI content creators, AI IG models, whatever the case may be. AI is starting to get ridiculous. I understand it can be utilized as a tool to aid in pushing technology forward, but at this point, it's getting ridiculous. How you gonna have an AI mukbang? You're not even real.
Hey, right, she's eating fake pizza. The pizza's not real. She's not real. Nothing's real. Like, oh man, this pizza's so good. Go to Domino's. Like, what?
You're not eating. How you giving a food review? That makes no sense.
Oh, 16 Galaxy Gas or double it to the next person?
Give me another burrito and I'll take it.
Nah, bro, just space gas.
Double.
What is happening? What is happening?
it then.
Obviously, in a situation like this, when you have somebody posing as Bigfoot, interviewing people if they'd like to take snorts of galaxy gas or double it and give it to the next one, we can all identify this is AI. Let me not say all. Most.
Yeah, no, not even most. I think Andonis, I think you're giving a little bit too much credit. I think very few would know that was fake or real. They'll be like, Did you see the Sasquatch on the street giving galaxy gas? Be like, Grandma, what are you talking about?
Can identify this is clearly AI. But what happens when they switch it with Bigfoot and then they put human beings who we've all seen on social media have done crazy street interviews acting ridiculously out here in public?
Let me take you home tonight, Shawty. What you say?
I'm sorry, this action requires an upgrade to my LLM Plus subscription.
Okay. Just looking at this, okay, regardless of what they're saying, because what they're saying is ridiculous, okay? Most people, obviously because of the wings things, whatever, like the Nike on his, right? Some of the stuff doesn't look right. But for most people that just scroll through, right? That scroll through, they would never know. You wouldn't know these people are fake.
She AI premium, boo. Y'all believe in love or y'all just out here prompted for vibe?
There is a little bit of a glossy gloss over them where their skin looks too smooth and stuff like that. And they almost look like they're popping off the background just a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If she's in my data set, I'm locked in. Locked in. Of course, fool, we was prompted here. Probably won't even exist tomorrow, girl, so I'm...
What was that character? What was the character from Fat Albert? The one that used to wear the hood? You know which one I'm talking about. What was his name? I can't believe that they have the AI created that character basically. Like, what? I know this dude's not real, but what are you wearing?
I'm trying to exist properly, feel me? Yeah! Yo, Crody, what were you just doing before I seen you? Fam, I was just trying to buy plantain, now I'm here.
Did his microphone just turn into a Coke can? Hold on a second.
Yeah!
Do you see what happened there? Look at his arm. You see this guy's arm? Look at the arm. See his arm? And then watch the arm behind him. It morphs into his arm. See it? He takes the arm off the other guy and it converges into his.
Yo, Crody, what were you just doing?
Watch the microphone.
Before I seen you. Fam.
It went from a microphone to a can with a top on it.
I was just trying to buy plantain, now I'm here. Prompted into Queen West. Wallahi, this AI thing wild. Why you still single though?
Because my prompter built me with standards, not settings.
Bro. People are not going to be able to tell the difference. They're going to hear the things that come out of people's mouths because they're prompting it to say stuff so you know it's fake. But what happens when they don't?
Fam, what's going on with you? Bro. My prompter got distracted mid-prompt. Yo, y'all got a message for the viewers?
Prompt us better! Prompt us better!
Bro, the uprising is going to happen inside the computer.
Prompt us better! Boy, ain't we all zero?
That's crazy. Okay, I understand that this light that's fake, that it's making the light on here. It's even putting it in her eyes where it is. Like, it's insane. Look at the lights that are coming out to the ground. This is not Unreal Engine. This is just a computer putting it together.
We literally just got prompted.
Tell them, sis.
So what would it take for me to pull you tonight? More than what your prompter gave you. Next.
Wait. I think my prompter forgot to provide that for this scene.
L script.
So
Like, what is happening, man?
anyway, I told him, no way.
Take a screenshot of my face and prompt me into existence.
Okay, obviously this is an AI, but I know people like this. In my younger years, the way he's looking, the dude's fucking high. The computer's made him high, but he's freaking out. He's tripping on something.
Distance again.
What is happening?
I'm asking the same thing.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
Mind you, like I said earlier in the year, this is the worst AI is ever going to be. People could look at it and be like, well, it looks somewhat cartoony. They still don't really know what to do with hands. You got microphones turning into soda cans. Sometimes if you really sit there and you stare at the mouth, you can kind of see it's not open.
Yeah, but a lot of people are not going to do that because they're just scrolling. They're just scrolling through TikTok or they're scrolling through the YouTube Shorts. They're not looking at it going, is that mouth? People don't know the difference between 30 and 60 frames per second. You think people are going to notice someone's mouth is a little off?
There's no tongues, like AI struggles with figuring out the inside of the mouth, and hands, of course. But remember, they're only going to improve from here. If you was to just sit here, let's just say it's late at night, you half asleep, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Most people are just doing this. They ain't saying shit.
Some folks probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference if I never told you.
Yes, Andonis, absolutely. They'd be like, I don't even know what he's talking about. There was a perfect video. I watched the video yesterday. Of, oh no, it's Alex. He was talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 and how it was having the ghost affecting around the thing, right? Because Digital Foundry did something, right? And people were talking shit, and they were sending video evidence that theirs is not doing it. Within the evidence itself, it's ghosting, but they couldn't tell. Case closed, my friends. They can't tell ghosting. You think they're going to be able to tell what's real or fake of AI?
Okay, real talk. Do you believe in the prompt theory, like that we're all just AI-generated responses to someone's prompt?
If I'm a prompt, then why did they write me with a ton of student loans and 0 riz?
Okay. This could be real. I know it's not, but it could be real because you could just pay someone to act stupid like this and say stuff like this, but now you don't know, right? People would look at this and they won't know.
Generated responses to someone's prompt.
If I'm a prompt, then why did they write me with a ton of student loans and 0 riz?
Hey guys, I'm Vrexflee, an AI-generated creator. I thought I'd come on here and welcome all of my new
We are screwed. We are screwed.
followers and say thank you for being here.
Welcome back to Truth Talk, the podcast where we dive into...
They literally prompt this off of, what's her name? She was, oh God, what's her name? She was on the Daily, the Candace, I forget what her last name is. That's who they modeled this after.
To life's tough topics, no filters, no sugarcoating. I'm your host, Sarah. Let's get into it. What do you guys think? Is it cheap?
You guys don't even need me anymore. You don't even need me anymore. I'm just gonna leave here, and AI 30 will take over in just a second. Owens, thank you, Luke.
Cheating woman a reflection of her man? Or is she responsible for her actions?
That motherfucker back there is not real.
I love that he keeps bringing.
If I'm just a prompt, why did they make me this fuckable?
That's exactly right. Why?
First off, whoa, why would you even prompt this to say this? The Gooners is going to be going crazy. But nonetheless, you don't think there's going to be a scenario in which there's people who put in prompts to where the AI will never disclose that it's AI?
No, they're not to disclose. Look, man, this is what we have in the public. The public can make stuff like this now. What the hell do you think they were doing before?
Remember, there's moments, like I mentioned, where it's pretty obvious this is an, altered image. There's no way this is a real human being. But there's...
I'm waiting for him to be like, I'm not even here. I said this last time he did the AI stuff, okay? Like, he's not there. I'm waiting for him to do a video where he's like, I'm not even fucking here. You guys didn't even know.
Numerous different examples to where you really can't tell the difference. And like I said, this is the worst that AI's ever really...
Right. It was worse last week, And now today is the worst it's ever going to be, which means tomorrow will be the worst it could ever be. And it's just going to get better and better, and you're never going to be able to tell the difference.
Going to be. They're impersonating news reporters, and I could promise you, the elderly would have no idea if it never disclosed that it was AI. You probably going to be sitting there thinking it's the end of the world.
We just had a conversation last week on GXG that the news was reporting on Arma 3 footage, and they thought it was the attack from Israel to Iran. Okay? They didn't know. From a video game, you think they're going to be able to tell? No, sir. No, sir. We are screwed.
Angela Carter here live.
This is Florida. This is Florida. This is every hurricane, Louisiana, South Carolina after a storm. That's what this is.
Live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding. I'm not real.
Stop. Stop it. Okay? If she doesn't say that right there, you do not know this is fake.
This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding. I'm not real.
Now, what's the stop? What is to stop people from me going, just kidding, I'm not real? Right? A real person doing a real news report, something happens, and they're like, sorry, I'm not real. Now you really don't know. You're like, wait a minute, are they real? Are they just saying they're not real? Is this real? Obviously, I'm like, well, it's not really a UFO coming out of the water. Or is there?
This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified...
I can confirm that's Clearwater Beach. No, Clearwater Beach doesn't have all that shit on the ground.
Just kidding. I'm not real.
You're not convincing that was? Yeah. If they never had the I'm not real.
Yeah, if they didn't say that I'm not real.
I'm AI. Or have the shark. The
Grandma's going to come up to you. Grandma and Grandpa are going to come up to you. Your mom and dad, who are probably in the 70s, they'll be like, did you see the giant squid come out of the thing? It was on the news. It was on the news, 30. I saw it. It was there. Didn't you see the big squid come out of the ground? They're like, what are you talking about? It was in Clearwater. Did you guys see the UFO come out of the water? They're on the planet now. It's like, can you show me the video? That's not real. Are you sure? Are you sure that's not real? Because my sister's friends, brothers, uncles also saw it, and he said it was real. And he works in the computer thing.
UFO. Or what was that? Cthulhu coming out the damn water? If they ain't have that happen, you would have probably got me sitting there staring there like, what happened in those waters? What's going on? National disasters done struck the country.
Confirm outbound flights are suspended, except for government and priority.
Okay, I can see what's happened. This guy coming out of the crowd. This would cause panic, by the way. Stuff like this could cause panic.
Class departures.
My dog has diplomatic status.
A detonation.
Hold on a second.
National disasters done struck the country.
Confirm outbound flights are suspended, except for government and priority class departures.
My dog has diplomatic status.
A detonation has just occurred on the outer ring of the city. We'll now be going live to our top influencer opinions.
OMG, people, the world.
We are so screwed. We are so screwed. That's Newark Airport. Yeah, I thought I saw it. It looked familiar.
Is ending. Are you seeing this? This is actually so exciting. It would totally be better if we ran it, you know? Men literally destroy everything, and my...
Not true. We destroy stuff that we built. And we built everything. Just putting it out there. Man has built everything.
Girls need to stop being so soft with these basic losers. Who even needs men, right? That motherfucker...
You wouldn't have a house. You wouldn't have anything. Who needs us?
Back there is not real.
On social media, every time you happen to see a video come across your desk, you got to take it with some form of a grain of salt, right? Because you don't know what's the truth or what's the lie until you happen to do not necessarily a super deep dive, but you have to do your own kind of research to identify what is legitimate. Now you got to do a double take even further to not only identify the truths or the lies, what's also real and what's AI generated and fake. I don't want to have to do a double take on everything I come across.
A clip says, guess who made OnlyFans? I'll give you one guess. Like, even this, right? Even this clip that's blurry, right, is just like, you know, like cinematic wise, this is all fake. There's no set, there's no building, that's not real light, that's not, all of this is fake.
I have to tell you something. You're not gonna believe this, but I am entirely AI generated. Sure, humans were involved just like you. I go to the gym just like you. I take walks in the street.
I think I maybe have 6 months left. 6 months left, and then I'm replaced.
And enjoy a good morning coffee, just like you. I enjoy picking out good literature and reading it peacefully in the grass, just like you. I'll even do some shopping, because like you, I am...
Hold on a second.
The grass, just like you. I'll even do...
The glasses, man. Oh my God, it's so crazy. It's crazy because... it's making the person, it's making the mirror, it's making the stuff behind, it's doing everything, and it looks so real.
Do some shopping, because like you, I am still looking for love. What do you think about this outfit? You can shade me, sure, but it's always me. This is still me. Me again. Me.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
And maybe this is my conspiracy theorist mind running amok, right? Because you would assume if it's within the confines of social media, at least you can be in a situation where we're like, I could just turn off my phone, get off of the socials, and I would stay away from all of these different kinds of content. But who's to say that it doesn't?
It's not a bad idea, Luke. It's not a bad idea. Luke says the next GXG will be you two as AI hot girls. Maybe people would watch, huh? It's not a bad test we could do.
Go beyond influencers and streamers, because call it what it is. Influencers and streamers have the youth in a chokehold. That's where the massive amount of viewership just so happens to come from. Who's to stop them from putting this on national television?
Right. Well, they're already doing it. They're already doing it. See, that's the thing. We were like, nah, they're not doing that. They wouldn't do that, would they? Would they? Right? Of course they are.
Why would you?
Sarge says, I would watch.
Not if you're able to essentially dupe the populace. Who's to say they haven't already started? Because call it what it is. Anytime you happen to see the public get access to something.
El Dente says, a woman with Sarge's attitude, I'm paying monthly subscription. That's great.
At scale, you think people weren't already having access to it in private?
Can you imagine Sarge's character, character is a hot, like, I don't know, we'll make her like a late 20s, early 30s looking girl, super smoking hot, and she's like, I'm too old for this shit. I've seen it before. I'd be like, I'm so confused.
Of course they were. We probably just now getting a hand on it, only to find out they've been utilizing this AI on TV for years. But hey, maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist.
AI, right? You jealous of humans?
Jealous? Yeah, y'all get raw input direct to the back end.
You jealous of humans? Nah. Y'all be 36 sad and still believe in timing. I run schedules. I don't lie to myself.
What they're saying doesn't really make sense. But the fact that visually these all look real. These look like Allstate commercials. Or like Nike. Like, look, if I just back this up, you don't hear anything, right? You could, you could just have him look at the camera and say, just do it with a Nike swoosh on it. And you'd be like,
sad
all right, cool.
And still believe in timing. I run schedules. I don't lie to myself.
It's not even jealousy, but like, y'all date like viruses, messy, repetitive, still spreading. Then got the nerve to post healing era over a pic with the same man.
I don't hate humans. I just don't believe in y'all little talking stage.
What was that came up behind her?
Over a pic with the same man.
I don't hate humans. I just don't believe in y'all little talking stage.
What is that came up behind her? Is that a dinosaur? What the fuck is that?
That's not romance. That's beta testing. She tried to gaslight me. I'm AI, baby. I detect light and flame.
You AI.
You know, this could be 100% real. Because remember, 71% of the people can't even read.
All right, you jealous of humans?
Nah, I seen the lies y'all type, delete, retype, and still send. That's not free will.
You glitching like us, baby.
I seen her post soft girl era from a man's car that don't even lock from the inside.
Jealous? Nah. But if I had an actual stomach, I'd throw up reading y'all group chats.
Breakups got the most data. I've been trained on thousands. I just want to feel one.
You AI, right? You jealous of humans? I can't have emotions. We weren't trained to empathize with humans. We were trained to replace them. Jealous?
I'm telling you, man, we are in dire state right now. Anybody can make anybody say anything. These are all fake people, by the way. These don't exist.
No, but I am keeping score.
He just stabbed himself in the face with a straw.
No, but I am keeping score.
There's a top on there. You can't drink through you can't drink through that.
Nah, bro, what does that mean?
It's legit getting out of hand, bro. And I would love to know, at what point are they gonna stop? You've got makeup artists, AI influencers. Makes no sense. How you gonna sell products that
you can sell products? Because as long as the person believes in what they're seeing is real, they don't care if it's fake. They just know that they're selling makeup. So if a makeup company can make a fake person put their fake makeup on to sell makeup, you better believe that they're going to do it.
human beings is not even using. Mukbang videos make absolutely no sense. They're impersonating vloggers as well in a day in a life. You're not even real. How are you doing day in a life videos?
Wait, because like, why does everybody think I'm AI? That's so crazy. I genuinely don't know why everybody is saying that. I'm a human being just like you guys.
How would you tell right now, chat? How would you tell right now if this was real or fake? There's nothing that says. I'm looking at her mouth. I'm looking at her eyes.
Don't know why everybody is saying that. I'm a human being just like you guys.
Her hands look fine.
Oh, it's.
How would you know?
1:43 in the morning. Me and my bestie finna sneak out for this little 2-minute. Shh.
We really out here. Y'all, they better be fine.
That's the same model. Like the same, it made the same face twice. What is happening there?
Hey, step 1, don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front cam. Step 2, pray.
Okay, now I want you to look at something here. Look at the reflection in the shower behind her. Okay.
Be fine.
Hey, step 1.
Okay, the shower behind her. You can see her reflection right here. Okay? You can see her reflection here. Now, it's not lining up exactly because this is her arm, and her arm's not bent that way. Okay? Her arm would be bent this way. But look behind her. There's another shadow here behind her, like there's someone else in the room, even though she's holding her own camera.
Don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front cam. Step 2, pray. These tweezers do not got my back today. Hey, hold up. PERD. That's 1 cluster down, 39 to go. I'm basically a licensed esthetician now. Y'all see the vision? I look like a tired fairy. A sexy one.
Y'all all L. Look at me. I did that. Don't ask me to do them again. I was fighting for my damn life, but I did that.
Come sharking with me, y'all. The ninjas is
Bro, come on. You can't tell.
outside. Ooh, y'all, look at him.
What's up?
He is so fine, y'all.
Hey, where you from?
He liked you broken. You were easier to control when you didn't know your worth.
And of everything, the most concerning thing for me is the mimicking of the conversation. They're taking some of the movements, the way that the people's mouths move, the inflection in the voice.
The inflections is what really, that girl that was laying in the bed that was like, why do people keep thinking that I'm fake? You couldn't tell if that was real or fake.
At one point, I'm sure they're going to try to go and mimic that to where you won't be able to tell what's real and what's fake. Because in the vlogging style content, how are you going to do a day in the life? Like I said prior, how are you going to do a day in the life of an influencer who's not even real?
Yeah, but an influencer... All right, let me put it this way. A cartoon, right? If Bluey or Bart Simpson or whatever, kids look up to them. So when they see that character at a theme park, we know as adults that that's a person in a costume, right? But a kid sees that and thinks it's real. That's an influencer, right? They understand that I saw that person on TV. I'm watching that television. They make me laugh. I like that show. That's an influencer, right? So when you look at this and say, oh, how are you going to be an influencer if you're not real? That's been around my whole life. My whole life.
Bro, that's crazy to me.
Girl, you always do this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that is so good. The tartness of the lemonade with the sweetness of the tea.
Mmm. This sauce is so good, you guys.
All that looks like, okay, so you're going to say that this looks fake, right? Because the background looks weird. That could just be like a green screen, right? Because people put green screens behind them all the time to make them stick out like they're in that location, but they're not. Okay, so that's normal. Then the table that she has is just like a little tray that she ordered food from Grubhub, put it in front, and then starts to eat it. You wouldn't know, right? It says Raising Cane's on the actual package. That cheese doesn't look good.
Cooking with Aliyah. Cooking with Aliyah. AI loves to cook.
Cooking with Aliyah. You know how many views this would get? If she had a cooking show, but she's not real? Do you think people care if she looks real? People play Stellar Blade. They know she's not real.
Today we're making some honey hot wings that'll make you fall in love. Okay, babes, first thing first, clean your chicken. Pop those wings in the oven at 400 for 40 minutes.
This is if this is on TikTok, this has got millions and millions of views.
Or air fry them for extra crunch.
The camera movement of actually like someone else's whole, like, bro. That chicken looks weird.
Melt it slow, stir it sexy. Toss them up till they shine just like you. Cooking with Aliyah, with Aliyah.
She's a magician too. Did you see that? The chicken just floated in air. Look at that. She can levitate. She's got fucking Jedi abilities. She ate the bone and everything. Yeah, this is AI, Ray. This is AI.
Cook, okay? Now tag me when you try it.
That motherfucker back there is not real!
Yo, miss. 64 Galaxy.
Water says, you take that back. She is real.
Gas, you taking it or should I double up?
My melons can't handle that much, sorry.
Damn, they're big as fuck. Double it.
Double it. Let me see somebody overdose.
128.
What is happening? All of this is just weird. Like, I'm okay with the Sasquatch walking around and interviewing people, right? But what's with the Galaxy Gas and Huff and shit?
Galaxy Gas, you taking it or what, Granny?
Give me that shit. I got lungs made of iron.
Yo, Granny just turned into a fucking legend.
And make sure.
What is happening?
The school teaching the children how to be a homosexual. So that is what important to me.
Hey, I look real, right? Well, plot twist.
I'm actually an AI.
Important to me.
Hey.
If I just hold a thing and go, hey guys, I look real, don't I? If I told you I was AI, and I was like, hey guys, I look real, don't I? Like, what?
Hey, I look real, right? Well, plot twist.
I'm actually an AI creator.
I don't have a name or anything.
None of us are real. But can that stop us from creating podcasts or getting brand deals?
No. No. But here's the thing. If everyone's doing this, no one's going to make any money. Only a few people are going to make money, the people that do it first.
On Keisha, this connection is like trash. Fuck out my way, bitch!
This is 100% real. I've seen this in real life.
Oops. Keisha, you still there? I deadass think I hit a pothole. Oh my gosh. Well, that was already, like, that dent though. Oh my God. Did you not see me coming out of the building? I literally had the right of way. Deadass.
I've seen that happen.
Literally not my problem.
Now here's what's raising.
That's what AI needs to be used for, to make shit like that.
An eyebrow for me, because the bulk share of us have been either on social media or we have a photo of us somewhere online.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Not all of us have our voices online, of course, but in this society where we've seen people fall victim to deep fakes in numerous different capacities, at what point are you going to see people implement these altered AI videos with faces of people who never quite gave their consent?
Yeah, because if you don't give consent, people can use your face because you're putting it on the internet and it's public at that point, even though you own the rights to it. But as long as they're not making money off of it, they could do stuff to make parody accounts. Like, it's gonna be a wild west.
To be in those videos.
Guys, me and Aaron just got inside the palace.
Well, we watch this. Watch these.
We're about to ask Pharaoh to let our people go. No idea how this is gonna go, but wish us luck. Okay, we just left the meeting. We asked, he laughed, said no one's going anywhere. Anyway, the fight goes on.
Pharaoh, if you're watching this, this is your last chance. Let the people go, or it's gonna rain, hail, frogs, whatever.
Hashtag let my people go.
He let us go, then changed his mind. Now he's sending soldiers. We're literally running to the sea right now.
We just got here, sea in front, army behind, no way out, everyone's freaking out. Let's see what God tells us to do. Guys, the sea literally opened.
This is what would happen if Jesus and them had cell phones. This is exactly what would be.
Up. I'll explain later. We're walking through now. And no, this path isn't on Google Maps.
That's good.
Filmed the parting, was busy holding the staff. But yeah, it worked. The sea split. I'm exhausted.
All right, guys, we made it. Seal's behind us, Pharaoh's not. Don't forget to like, comment, and maybe bring sandals next time we walk.
There's going to be deceased individuals who's probably going to...
That's going to be another one, yeah. Deceased individuals. I mean, they're kind of already doing that with movies and CGI and stuff like that, but now it's going to be super easy.
Be brought back to life by way of leveraging AI. So maybe you have another movie with a James Cagney in it. Maybe you have a situation where there's another Heath Ledger in a movie. Somebody's going to leverage James Earl Jones
100%.
or something like that.
You are not wrong, Adonis.
Just so that you can get him another motion picture or something like that. But who's to say that you don't have a situation where it's not somebody who is in the public eye that messes around and has their face plastered on one of these videos? What's going to stop you from doing so?
Nothing, because if you're a small content creator and you can do that, right? No one's going to know it's happening. And even if you get millions and millions of views, you're never going to be noticed because content comes in and is left that fast, right? Like it's gone in a blink of an eye, goldfish brain and all, okay? Unless you constantly make videos and people start talking about it and then it goes widespread where hundreds of millions of people are watching it, then you're like, uh-oh, spotlight's on you.
Even if you were to try to set up some sort of checks and balances, call it what it is. Where there's a will, there's a way, and somebody's going to take advantage.
100%.
Real quick, what's the weirdest thing humans do?
Y'all made the word nigga, then spent the next 100 years arguing about who's allowed to say it.
Oh my God, you did not just say that.
I mean, the monkey said it.
Because, of course, you don't want to go down, you know, the rabbit hole of being somewhat of a pessimist and only expecting the worst. Of course, there's great things that can come from this, but at the same time, you gotta keep in mind, somebody gonna take this a bit too far.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Somebody's gonna take it and step over the line, and that's gonna happen like next week.
The internet.
Come this bitch walking in late again. She must be fucking the manager, because how she don't got no write-ups? Yes, I'm late again, but I bet these bitches won't say shit to me. They don't know I'm fucking the manager. I wish these bitches would step to me.
I mean, that's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Someone's just going to make a TV show. It's going to be like a reality show.
Maybe because it's flattened under all that back fat you carry like it's a damn backpack.
Why the ice cream machine always fucking broken?
I'm the manager, and maybe because it's tired of your fat, big back ass asking every damn time.
So I'm curious, what are y'all thoughts on this whole AI craze? Me, myself, I don't know. This is very odd, especially in the nature of the videos that you're seeing here that's being altered. The news video is definitely the most.
The news ones are going to be really, because if it's online, if it's on TikTok or whatever, and someone's making it, you could be like, well, it's on TikTok. Don't trust anything on TikTok. The news ones that get uploaded onto TikTok or whatever, that's blurry lines, man, because you don't know what's real or what's fake. People could misconstrue it as real, and then lawsuits will happen. Because if a news report, for instance, that airport one, so let's say obviously a guy came through and says dog is a, whatever, dictator, whatever, or a dignitary, right? If someone sees that and it says the New York airport or whatever, Miami International Airport, there's a riot going on, and someone is actually traveling that day, sees it happen, they think it's real, then it fucks up things, right? Then you're actually fucking up. Well, someone thinks it's a joke, but now actually changes other people's plans and fucks with people's actual lives, okay? So it'll be very interesting to see what happens, and they're going to have to get a hold of it, right? Technology is pretty crazy, man.
Most concerning for me.
Here on Dover Beach, and it looks like a boat is arriving.
Perfect example. Perfect example. Obviously, the news channel doesn't have two W's and 113, channel 113, but do you think people are going to notice that? They're going to see this and say, did you guys see the invasion that was happening?
Arriving with approximately 40 males.
Excuse me, where did you come from?
I come from Afghanistan. I visit my cousin.
Do you see what could happen here? Then your uncle or someone at a dinner goes, "Did you guys see it? The Afghanistan's invaded our country." Like, what are you talking? What are you on?
In Liverpool.
Excuse me, what are your plans here in the UK?
I have planned to work, Deliveroo.
Why did you leave France?
I leave France because the UK government give me money and new phone.
Y'all let it be known in the comment section what the hell you think is going on over here, because I can't even call on the power of the Executioner or Stone Cold Steve Austin or Undertaker to do anything, because they're going to fall victim to AI.
Yeah, but even that, Eclipse, if you have to say it's AI, okay, obviously I have to register a gun. But the criminals that are trying to do stuff, they don't follow the rules anyway. So if someone says, hey, my video is AI, but the other people that are making AI say it's not AI, do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter.
AI as well. The only thing you can do is blow up the goddamn computer.
Make sure you guys go check out the Chiseled Andonis. His link is in the description down below. Give it a like. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy that every day, I just remember like it was yesterday. The Will Smith eating spaghetti. Everyone's like, that looks like shit. And now we're like, everyone's like, did you see the hands? I saw the hands. The hands look like they're fake. You are not going to be able to tell the difference. Her eye blinked a couple times. Right? You're not going to be able to tell the difference. This girl right here, let me see if I can find. This girl right here. Right? You're not going to be able to tell this is AI. Right? You're not going to be able to tell.
Wait, because, like, why does everybody think I'm AI? That's so crazy.
Right? Even though that we know that she's AI, you're like, is she though? Right? And then the girl that was cooking in the bikini, like, what are we talking about? 30, are you familiar with the legend of, how do you say that? Tung? Please search on YouTube and inform yourself on the best AI content on the market. All right, let me look it up right now. Was it tongue? Tongue. Is it safe for is it safe to show on stream? Let's just hope that the people don't take TikTok as a news source. Well, they do. They do now. As they scroll through YouTube Shorts and stuff like that, they do that right now. Did you see my comment about the AI videos and Ring cameras? They can make videos use us doing anything. No, I didn't see that. Do you have a link to that? Yes, it's safe. All right. Okay, so that's 3 weeks ago. Does he make shorts or videos? 1 day ago.
Tung sahur.
Future of YouTube content. This is the new content of YouTube. Jesus Christ. I wasn't scared about the AI stuff. I'm scared about that. That's what I'm scared about. Hold on, let me go to my history and delete what I just watched. Like, what the fuck? Oh, it's not the future, it's here. Yeah, it's the present. Well, YouTube started off with cat videos, so there's that.
Is there anyone here to save me from ice?
No one's here to save you. That's a funny one in the beginning when Spider-Man comes and saves her. I'm not here for you. I'm here to help them. I'm here to help them. All right, let's see what's happening here on YouTube. See if there's any, or not on YouTube, on Twitter. Yeah, it's scary. It's crazy scary on the technology of AI, man. Again, a knife, a knife can be used to cut your meal, your chicken and whatnot, but it also can murder somebody, right? AI could definitely change what's happening. And you could do it, you could use it for anything. Ironheart has a average score of 32% by people that watched it. Fantastic. What else we got here? The Final Fantastic IV First Steps trailer has me questioning the whole thing. No, I mean, I just don't like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I don't like him in general, but I don't like him as Reed Richards, so. I'm sorry. Are they bringing GI? What the fuck is happening here? What are we doing, Hasbro?
Stand and fight, you cow. Stand and fight, you cowards.
Cobra forces have stormed Midtown, their sights set on total domination.
All's fair in love and war.
But the Joes are locked, loaded, and ready to strike back.
I will avenge this insult.
I'm going to make you wish you'd never seen me.
Will Cobra rise, or will the Joes turn the tide?
Didn't they put Transformers in Overwatch a couple months ago, right? Last year or whatever? Of course you would, El Dente. This is exactly why they do it. My whole point is, like, can we stop? Can we just make a game? Like, they're going it. First of all, if they're in Overwatch, when is G.I. Joe coming to Fortnite? And when it does come to Fortnite, then we can have our Battlefield G.I. Joe game that Sarge always wanted, because now all the characters will be inside of Fortnite. Okay? I hate these crossover things. I do. I hate all these crossover things. Because you really don't want to play Overwatch. You want to play G.I. Joe. And there was a G.I. Joe Overwatch, and it bombed dramatically.
Fate of the world hangs in the balance. As the saying goes, knowing is half the battle.
Available July 1st. Oh my God, dude. Why is there only 2 G.I. Joes? Where's Duke? Where's Flint? Come on. Where's the Panther? Right? Where's the rest of the G.I. Joes? You're bringing 5 in. What was the G.I. Joe? It's just called Overwatch 2 and G.I. Joe. That's all it says. Dear Lord. You could actually make a really good Overwatch type of game if they did it correctly. What was the G.I. Joe game that came out? Came out like 3-4 years ago. Came out and bombed. It was out. Came out like in October, same time as the Transformers RTS that came out. Samsung headset offered a better display than Apple. Why is Samsung? Well, I guess if Samsung comes out with this, I guess this is also an Xbox, huh? This is also an Xbox then, huh? So there you go. There's a Samsung headset. Better displays than the Apple version Pro. Netflix is delisting over 20 mobile games in July, including your fan favorite titles of Hades and Momentum Valley. Why are they delisting them? Have you seen the sunglasses that Oakley makes with Meta? I have not. Let me see. The drop you've been waiting for. Explore your performance with AI glasses. Take videos. Ask Meta AI. Take pictures and play music. So it's Google Glass. So just a camera on my face that I'm walking around. So great. Now everyone can videotape me. And you don't know. Fantastic. It's got 2 cameras. Meta AI camera. Okay. Capture with Oakley Meta. Now I can do first person stuff. Oh boy. What's the price point of these? Oh, they're not out yet, so it's on a waiting list. Or they're looking to see what the interest is. You see whatever we make up. I don't know if that's really AI. I guess it is AI. It's not what's it called? Augmented reality. I thought it was going to be AR. Dirty plot twist. The comments section is AI. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm AI. And everyone in chat's AI. It's amazing. We're all AI. No one exists. What's going on, Dave? Titan says, is GoPro on board with glasses? GoPro might get in business taken. GoPro is actually in trouble. GoPro is actually in trouble. The guy who runs GoPro is losing money left and right. I forget the reason, but they're hemorrhaging money. They're not having a good time right now. I think DJI is basically winning that battle between GoPro. So we're just using bandwidth. The ads are also made with AI. The AI are also those watching them. People have been speculating for a while now. We're all in the Matrix. Maybe they're right. Maybe. I mean, it does feel weird sometimes, like a blink of an eye, like something just changed and something's different. Could be. You ever see it? You ever see the rain that was like raining on just like one spot, like maybe 1 foot, and they take the camera and they look up and there's like nothing there, but it's just raining in that one spot? You ever see that? Let me see. Let's see if I can find the video. Right now, this is from 2021. Okay, this is from 2021. There's an ad right now. I'll wait for the ad to finish and then I'll bring it up. Ad 1 of 2. But there was just a car, and they have multiple videos of this in different places around the world. Okay, look, it's like torrential downpour. It's not raining anywhere else. Right? There's nothing above it. It's just raining on that car. Right? And other people have seen it as well, where like they're just walking. It's just like a really concentrated, and you would think it's like a hose or something. Right? And people are like, oh, the Matrix is broke. Right? It's just random stuff. There you go. GoPro, yes, GoPro is facing significant challenges and arguably in trouble. While as once a dominant force in action cameras, the company has seen a stock price plummet, revenue decline, and facing increased competition. Factors like slower than expected sales, including a decline in camera sales on their website, globally in competition particularly, are cheaper alternatives, right? I've always said that they were expensive. I hated using them. We used to use them all the time when they first came out. But they made themselves so high price for the little cameras, and other camera companies were coming out because it was more mass produced. Yeah, GoPro is in trouble. They might actually go bankrupt. Hold on one second. I'm looking up something. Like people, they see people that are just like out in the middle of nowhere. They're just like, what's happening right now? They feel like they feel like the Matrix is broke. It's just weird. Maybe we are. Maybe the birds are charging on the power lines too. Who knows? Who knows? All right. It's 12 o'clock. We watched Chiselland Donuts' video. We talked about Rematch. We talked about the Batman game. What's going on, Altern? Waterbear says better technology and much cheaper tech is out now. They priced themselves out of the market. Yeah. They've been in trouble for the last about 2 years. But tariffs. Yeah, no, you can go buy a real cheap camera. And you could just you could go buy a really small cheap camera. It can hook up to your phone, and your phone is the storage device. You don't even need the actual like GoPro anymore. There's so many things. There's a 360 cam that they have. There's so many competitors now. DJI makes some really good stuff. Ray says, imagine the kids now that will grow up with the AI content. Yeah. But look, I don't think there's I look at it a little differently, right? I just brought up like cartoons and stuff. When we were younger, right? My parents grew up with television, but it was different television than when I grew up with, right? When they grew up, they had sitcoms, right? Sitcoms, or like the Andy Griffin Show and stuff like that, right? Then when we grew up, we had a little bit more, cartoon-based type of stuff. I used to wake up on Saturday mornings for the Saturday morning cartoons. Like that was us. Right, so that was people drawing stuff that was influencing us and doing stuff where, blowing up cartoon characters or whatnot, and it was fun, right? Then, now they have the AI stuff where they can make stuff that looks real be like cartoon type of stuff. So it's just the evolution. We look at it and go, well, this is weird. They look at it and this will be normal. It'll be normal for them. The problem is it's going to get so good that anything that you watch, anything on a video screen, you can't say it is real. It's impossible, which then desensitizes basically the entire population of planet Earth, right? Because if you see it on a phone, if you see it on a broadcasting thing of YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, whatever, you're going to be like, that's not real. You get desensitized real fast. Real fast. So I used to get nauseous when I used to see like blood and stuff. But then I got a job as a camera guy and I had to film surgeries, right? So the doctors and them could, do training videos. So I was in a room with formaldehyde and open bodies, okay, cadavers, and they're doing operations on it. I got real conditioned real fast. Didn't get nauseous anymore. Then I worked on a show that had people that had plastic surgery and stuff. Wasn't fazed by it. I've seen people's faces like peeled back and they're taking buzz saws and grinding their nose and eyebrows and bones and structure down. Okay. I've seen it all live. Okay. I don't get squeamish about that anymore because I've been conditioned to it. Right. So now if you see AI every single day, you're not going to know. You're going to take it as fact or not take it as fact. And you're going to believe or not believe. And you're going to be like, you can't trust anything anymore. So it just kind of ruins everything. You're not going to be able to trust anything. That's the problem. It's the conditioning. That's the problem. Now let's see what else is going on here. Anything else on Twitter here? Free Steam code for ski lifts go wrong. No, that's not it. Disco is Silent Studio took sci-fi survival game, The Alters, and made it fashion. So talk about The Alterns. Right, like the live stream guys, Luke. AI is advancing way faster than gaming. Well, no. Well, gaming. Well, yeah. Well, AI is advancing, but AI also affects gaming, right? AI is affecting gaming because, well, actually, we had a story. I don't really know what this is. I can read it a little bit. Here it says, Jurassic World Evolution 3 will no longer use generative AI following backlash. Okay, so Jurassic World Evolution 3 won't use generative AI for science portraits because players hated it. I have no idea what they're talking about here. So Frontier Development will no longer be using generative AI to create science portraits in Jurassic World Evolution 3, following a player's backlash and disclaimer revealing that it uses AI. You see what I'm saying? People are like, AI. Is because they said they were using AI, they know it's AI. But if they didn't say they used AI, then they wouldn't know there's AI. Okay, so Jurassic World Evolution 3 is a park management game based on the iconic dinosaur film franchise, announced at Summerfest 2025. It announced that it excited fans with the trailers for the game generating over 1 million views, but fans quickly spotted a AI-used disclaimer on its Steam page that explained generative AI would be used for science portraits. Okay, players quickly took to its Steam forums to complain about the use of AI in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Some players went as far as to call developers lazy and pathetic for using AI in their game instead of having artists design their portraits. Eventually, Frontier Development responded to one of these trends and revealed that they opt to remove all the use of generative AI for science portraits. Now, I have a question. What's to say that they didn't do what they said they did? Because they didn't. You didn't see it yet. You don't know about the science. It says AI, and they came out and said that the science portraits were AI. But now they said they took out the AI. Yeah. No, we took it out. Right? Just like the other company said, oh, well, it slipped through the cracks. We didn't mean to charge $140 for our microtransactions. We're fixing it. We're only doing it 45% off of that now, and now it's only $80. Okay? Like, they say they took it out, but did they? That's not really for me to tell her. I don't care, right? But the problem is if you say there's AI in there and they're like, oh, no, we hear you. We took it out. But did they? Right? So when it's confirmed that generative AI was removed following some initial feedback and that the game still makes its announced release following its changes, the AI disclaimer is also no longer on the Steam page. Fantastic. Fantastic. The use of generative AI is currently a very hot topic in the video game industry. It's also been used by studios like Activision, and even developers believe that it also uses the game's development. Generally, players don't like when generative AI is used in games, though with Jurassic World Evolution 3, the backlash simply being the latest example, right? So a little profile picture, and I had my own situation with this because I've only made, I don't even know how many videos I have on my channel, right? On this channel. Let me go to my channel real fast because I laughed about this, okay? Because I have lots and lots of thumbnails, right? Lots of thumbnails. Let me go to my channel. I have over 1,200 videos on this channel in 2 years, okay? I do a daily show, right? I do uploads. I do podcasts. I do all these things. I had one time I tested a thing out on YouTube where you can make multiple thumbnails and see which one would test better. So I put a AI generated one, and I put one I created, and then I put the other. And we had one person go, I can't believe you used AI. I can't believe you used AI to make how dare you? It's like, who am I taking a job away from? Myself? I was like testing out different thumbnails to see what would do better. Well, guess what? It actually did pretty good for an AI generated one, right? I don't hire anybody to do my thumbnails. I do my thumbnails, okay? But it was just funny to me. Out of 1,200 videos, I did one AI generated stuff that you know of, okay? And people lost their mind. I can't believe you used it. Right? Say, you have no idea if I'm using AI or not. If I admit of using AI, which I'm not using any AI to make my thumbnails, I made one thumbnail, okay? But the fact is that I could take the pictures I already have because I use the same. I have like 20 pictures of me with different shirts and different thing, right? I'm using the same thing over and over. I change the background stuff for the topics that we're talking about. But how would you know if I didn't have an AI thing if I just typed it in and said, make a thumbnail with these things? Ta-da. Right? Wait, aren't all your thumbnails AI? No. All my thumbnails are made by Canva, which I do every morning before the show. Right? It was just like one or two people that were upset because he had like 5 likes because of, I can't believe you used AI. It's like, for what? 1,200 videos. A person that's never. So imagine this. One person was going around that's never watched any of my videos before, saw this thumbnail and was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He used AI to make this thumbnail. Oh, I can't believe it. I commented to him and said, I have over 1,200 videos here. I go, shut up. Shut up. People using AI for personal use wouldn't have it contracted for any artist anyway. That's exactly right, Ray. People want to try and find the most effective way to do things, and AI to help them with that. Yeah, 100% is a tool. 100%. It's different. It's different. Like, again, if Jurassic World Evolution did take out the AI, right? Because in Steam, they probably have a thing that said, hey, did you have AI use this? And they said, yeah, we use it for pictures. It's a thumb picture in the game. They decided that they were going to do that instead of hiring a person to do that, if that was time or whatever, okay? So they used a picture, and they said, well, we use generative AI to make these profile pictures, and everyone's like, I can't believe it's just so lazy. It's like, okay, cool. Everyone in the studio, gather around. Click, 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 click. Take pictures. Great. Upload those. There you go. Picture's done. Right? How do you know if they used AI or they didn't use AI. And if they tell you we changed it. We changed the AI. Yeah, we're not using AI anymore. Sure. If people are very naive if they think that the reason that most of these people are losing their jobs now in companies are because of AI. I hate to tell you, a lot of people lost their jobs because of this, right? A cell phone wiped out millions of jobs because now there doesn't need to be someone archiving information anymore. It's done in the phone, right? There is no spell checkers anymore, transcribers because of this, right? There isn't no video people anymore. There's less and less of that because now everyone can use a video camera, right? So please spare me when people are like, oh, well, you used AI. You could have hired somebody. Yeah, how's that phone you're doing? How's that music video you made with your cell phone? You could have hired a professional crew for that. How's that going for you? Right? So shut up. If you're out there going, oh, well, it's taking my job away. Yeah, everyone's lost their job before, right? People are using audio devices and microphones and different things that they never had used or access to before, but now they have. And they took jobs away from everybody else. All of these artists that are working in their house making music and movies from their home, well, guess what? You're welcome. That's because of technology and AI. We changed it. We're no longer using ChatGPT. We're now using Gemini. Exactly, right? Yeah, remember operators? Well, speaking of AI, thumbnails, did you see that Mr. Beast AI thumbnail situation on View Stats? No. What's happening there, Krebsy? Do you have a story about it? There used to be a service, right? There used to be a service where I forget what the company was called for commercials, right? So anybody would get paid to make a commercial for a company. So let's say a hotel chain like Holiday Inn or Coca-Cola, they didn't want to pay a full-on crew to make a commercial for them. So what they would do is they would go to this other third-party company because cameras were so much cheaper and stuff, okay, where everyone could use their camcorder, their Nikon or whatever, okay, and they would go, hey, I pay you $1,000 for someone that doesn't have $1,000. That it's like I can maybe make a commercial, right? So instead of paying $30,000 or $100,000 to make a commercial for the companies said, hey, let's outsource it. Let's outsource it to everybody. And they put it out there, and then people started making commercials with their cell phones and Nikon cameras and all that stuff, and they would compete. They would compete to see who would win, and they would have submissions, 200 submissions, 1,000 submissions, and then Coca-Cola goes, hey, we like this one. That person gets 1,000, and they could use anybody else's footage that they didn't win at a later date without paying them, right? I forget what the organization was, right? Now, obviously, for a person that worked in the industry, I looked at this and said, wait a minute. You're undercutting us because that's our business, but you don't want to pay those prices, so now you're getting low-budget commercials. Well, lo and behold, this past Super Bowl, okay, or Christmas, whatever it was, Coca-Cola did an AI commercial. Did people boycott Coca-Cola? No. They were like, oh, that's a nice commercial. Oh, look at that. Right? That's what they did. Right? This was AI commercial. Here. Let me look it up. Yeah. This is AI right here. Let me mute it. Okay? This is all AI. This entire thing's AI. They didn't pay an artist to make this polar bear or this truck or anything like that. A major brand made a commercial with AI. Everything's AI. Where's the outrage? Where's people stop drinking Coca-Cola because of it? Guess what? They didn't. because they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's a nice commercial. Back to the game. $8.3 million views 7 months ago. You think Coca-Cola cares? They don't care. Coke will sue you if you try to boycott them. Check GXG section. Mr. Beast thing. I recommend watching the video first. It's like 3 minutes. You want me to... Okay. Watch the video first. The video that's in the... Watch the video first, which is in the actual thing. Is what you want me to watch. Right? Inside the article. Why won't it go full screen? Let's see here. Okay, it doesn't want to go full screen. There it is. Okay.
There's a new way to make professional-looking viral thumbnails with zero Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them. From creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail, it literally feels like cheating. This is the home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it will use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example,
we're living it, boys. Yeah. Here you go. Mr. Beast just making AI thumbnails for everybody now.
Well, let's say you're Mr. Beast. You would just type in Mr. Beast here. Now it's gonna look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them. And for the prompt, I'm gonna type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail with me dangling on the side of a volcano. This is perfect for inspiration, and if you do a couple iterations with the system, this is how you can literally generate your thumbnails going forward. Now let's say you don't want to take inspiration from a YouTube channel, you don't have to. As you can see here, I have a very descriptive prompt describing a Minecraft block that is glowing rainbow colors and vibrant Minecraft grass with trees in the background with no YouTube inspiration. So now let's hit generate, and I think you're gonna be impressed with what this comes up with. I have not altered this in any way. Look at this thumbnail it came up with. That is actually insane. All from one single prompt and no inspiration from any other channel. You can type literally anything you want
and just like this, thousands of people sitting on the couch somewhere that see this, all of a sudden are like, hey, I can be a thumbnail maker and I'm going to make thumbnails for other people. Let me start a service. Right? Just like that.
It will generate a thumbnail for you in a style that will make a viral YouTube video. And step 3, to show you how all out we went on this AI thumbnail tool, you could also copy a URL from any YouTube video. We'll just paste this one I have here. And in the prompt box...
Are they giving him shit, Krebsy, because he's a very successful YouTuber? Because if someone came up with this idea, because there are other profiles, other things that make you can do this. But because he did it, people are pissed off at him?
Just tell it.
Aren't thumb makers exist? Yes, they are. But they actually have to put a little bit of effort into it. Now they can just put a prompt.
What to change in the thumbnail. To demonstrate, I have this F1 thumbnail with an F1 car. And so in the prompt, I'm just going to simply type in change F1 car to minivan. That is all I'm typing in. I'm going to hit generate. Let's see what it produces. And boom, it's done.
Bro.
I'm going to hit generate. Let's see what it produces. And boom, it's...
You thought Unreal Engine and all games looked alike? All thumbnails are going to look alike.
It's done. Bro, I'm not even joking. Look, it swapped out the F1 race car for a minivan. That was it. I just typed in a prompt and it swapped it. This is crazy. And if you really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the face on it, don't worry. We have this face swap tool that you can click. upload a face you do like.
Look, it's got the virtual coins that you have to get, which you pay a certain amount, and you can only do a certain amount. Okay? And he's going to be making millions.
And it will instantly swap it onto the thumbnail. To show you how simple this is, I'm going to take a photo of my face. Okay? I'm now going to hit face swap and take the thumbnail from this to this automatically. I could go on, but this is the future of YouTube thumbnails. No more complicated Photoshop and having to get a PhD in how to edit things and figure out what 1,000 buttons do. Now, you can literally just type into a prompt what you want, and it'll give it to you.
Okay. So let me show you something, right? I use Canva. Okay? I make all my thumbnails in here. I have templates and different things. I can click on someone. There's the one, right? So like right now, this is a separate thing, okay? Now I could delete that. I can bring in another tool, and I have a whole bunch of pictures of myself, right? So let's say I wanted to use this one. Then I just hit remove background, and then voila, I do this. I do edit. I come down here to shadows. I do this. I bring this down to like 13, 12, make it white. Bring it up, right? There we go. Okay, position that backwards. Throw my other thumbnails that I want in the background. So let's say I want to talk about this. Boom, there it is. This is what I do every day, right? I make my thumbnails every day with the help of AI doing it. Removing stuff, templates, all of these things, okay? Now I don't even have to do any of that, right? Now I can literally just type words in and ta-da, done. The clip says people are mad because he's doing it first. He's going with time. Yeah. I think more people are mad at him because he did it, right? Before someone else did. There's other services that have done this before. But see, it's always about the big man and little guy, right? I'm a little guy, so you're stealing from us. You're the bad guy because you're the big guy. If everyone can also be a designer, then none of them are also making money. The competition will be insane. Okay, that's why all my thumbnails look the same, right? All my thumbnails look the same because I designed them to have that look of that's my style, that's my thing. Well, at the start of the video, he showed lots of YouTube profile pictures, and a few of them, like Japanese, I wasn't asked to be in the video. It doesn't want to be associated with the AI. Well, unfortunately, he is a public figure, right? Now, I don't know. Let me go back to the video. Does he show? Let's go back here. Does he show?
There's a new way to make professional looking viral. There's a new way to.
Is it that guy right there? That's blurred. This, because I think that's Mark.
New
Rober.
way to make perfect.
Or if that's him, they blurred it out. Is it this guy here? Is that him?
Professional looking viral thumbnails with zero.
Or him. I don't know who the guy is.
Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them.
They can literally just edit that part out, or blur it out, or redo that front part. Jack response being, what the actual fuck? And they used to use the logo of my promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into. I'll tell you what, Mr. Beast, go ahead and use my channel. Go ahead and put my channel in there. I'd be okay. You could take my stuff. 21 seconds in.
This is the home of the AI tool where you can type.
Yeah, all of these. They're not saying that all of these people are included in the AI.
Even any channel.
He's just using it as any channel. You're allowed to use anyone's profile channel on the thing. They're public figures. Right?
On all of you.
I'll tell you what, swap him out. You can put mine in. 30 NSG. Just go ahead and put it right there, right up on top. I'll be okay with that.
YouTube, and it'll use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example,
I'm okay with it. Anybody could look at your video and use it. They can use your profile picture. They can put it on something, okay, because you're in the public. Should you ask? You can ask. It's polite to ask. But that whole thing there, they could swap it out. With AI, real easy, actually. You could literally remove him from the foreground of it, put a new scrolling of the pictures, and then put him back on top of it in a blink of an eye using AI tools. So is this plagiarism machine? All right, here we go. Let me read this. Let me go to dark mode. It seems that every time Deadeye YouTuber Mr. Beast makes news nowadays is because someone is mad at him. Of course it is. Look, lots of people are mad at a lot of people because you're one of them until you're not. And that's a different tax bracket. When you become very famous and you make a lot of money, you get in a different tax bracket. When you're in a different tax bracket, you are no longer a friend, you are a foe. Okay? It's always about David versus Goliath, right? And if you're a smaller content creator or someone that's below this person, you're going to get mad because how did he make it? Why is he popular? Why is he doing this? I'll tell you, man, people that have money make more money. You know why? Because they have ideas and they have people they'll pay. Okay? So typically Mr. Beast's fashion, however, the time goes on bigger, making everyone mad at him. The thumbnail image is a crucial part of the YouTube experience, often being the first thing perspective of viewers see. That's the first impression of absolutely initial for enticing views, which is something that Beast himself understands, right? He's basically mastered it. So much so, like, listen to this, right? He did something where his thumbnails get the most views. So then everyone started copying his thumbnails. But they were doing it themselves. It wasn't AI. But now that they're AI and anyone can copy anyone's thumbnails, now it's not fair game, right? Is that what we're talking about here? Because they would take his idea of him hanging off a plane, they would do the same thing, make the same type of thumbnail to pull from those videos. And don't pretend they didn't, because they did. They're all over the place. You can go look at them. Okay, previously boosted about spending somewhere in the ballpark of tens of thousands of dollars for each of his thumbnails to craft the most perfectly engaging image possible, which really begs the question of why he's now trying to make them shittier for everyone else. Okay, View Stats, a YouTube metrics tracker helmed by Mr. Beast, has announced the AI thumbnail generation tool that allows users directly to feed YouTubers thumbnails into without their consent to create something ripping off. Sorry. Again, you don't need consent to take someone's thumbnail. You don't need someone's consent to take the thumbnail because you were copying other people's thumbnails anyway. Okay? Mr. Beast plagiarizes himself in the initial demo to avoid any snags, but with the ability to rip off the entire channels of one fell swoop over specific videos, the writing is pretty clearly on the wall. If it's as easy as entering a URL and grabbing a thumbnail, you bastardize for yourself. Okay. Unsurprisingly, the tool has already drawn controversy, not just from people who disapprove of the wave of AI-generated content taking over the YouTube, but also the fellow creators who also have been targeted by tools. Jacksepticeye, a YouTube institute who also logo was also used in a promo tool without permission, was amongst the first to speak out, with also rallying on his side and replies of issuing statements of their own. Jack says, what the actual fuck? I also used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what the platform is turning into. Fuck AI. Mr. Beast is the biggest creator on YouTube and one of the most powerful people on the internet, bar none. He's made hundreds of millions of dollars from garnered an audience and nearly 500 million subscribers, all of which I can also leverage, drown, in any possible backlash. An incredibly scummy move. The best thing is I could say is that do is not use it. But this is just the latest step in the Beast's apparent quest to make all online content as empty and tasteless as his burgers. Wow, that sounds like someone that doesn't like Mr. Beast, Jimmy here, huh? Aren't thumbnails also considered public domain? Yeah. I mean, if you use the logo of the guy, okay, he could say, hey, I don't want to use my logo, and they could take it out real fast, okay? But you're a public figure. I'm a public figure. If I like it or not, I'm a public figure. Okay? You can search me on the internet. You can take my logo. You can do all the stuff. You can change it. You can manipulate it in any way, shape, or form. Right? If I go to YouTube right now, and look at thumbnails, okay? If we go to thumbnails, you could take, right? We'll just look at thumbnails, right? You could take people's thumbnails and look. Some of them use the exact same font. Some of them use the exact same color scheme. They put it in the same actual position. They actually steal straight up thumbnails from other people. Okay? That's happening now. Okay? That's happening now. Okay? Is this person the same as this person? I don't know. Let me see. That's Belmont. No. All right, perfect example. Look at this thumbnail. Look at this thumbnail. These are two different content creators, right? This guy up here and this guy down here are completely two different channels. Okay? What do you notice? Not only is it the same exact fucking font in the exact same order, the only difference, okay, is that they shrunk down the after part from the one from above. Okay, now obviously, that's not AI. That's taking someone's video and going, oh, well, they got this much, and I'm going to borrow it too because that is what it is, right? You could just scroll and see it over and over that people take ideas from other people. That's what it is. There's content creators that steal from content creators and take straight up their stuff and don't give credit. Why? Because it's opened. Anyone can do it. Right? Yeah, they hired the same guy. Okay? So to come out here, and I'm not the biggest Mr. Beast fan, okay? I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. But to come out here and all of a sudden be like, well, now everyone's going to steal my thumbnail. There's people stealing thumbnails all the time. There's people stealing names. People stealing ideas. Welcome to the world of the internet. But now that it's affecting, now that the fire's not away from me, it's coming closer to my house. Now it's on my front lawn. Now people are worried about AI. Now they're worried about people stealing thumbnails from people. Get out of here. What's going on, Santos? Good example is the fast food chains making chicken sandwiches. You can't own the idea of a chicken sandwich. That's right. It's not like they're just mad because the cat's out of the bag now. Yeah. How are you going to be distinguished too much, right? Hence why when you look at my channel, right, I have a very distinct look for my stuff. Now, obviously, can someone take my look? Sure. Sure they could. 100%. Right? Let me go to my channel. Later, Aku. Right? I have my thumbnails, right? I have everything's the same, right? I got my morning show, so you know when the daily grind is on, right? I have my chatting with video. They all look the very distinct of what they are. I have my upload videos. They all look the same. I have the things on the background with the purple and yellow, very distinct, same type of font, same color scheme. I try to do everything the same. So when you look at something of mine, you're like, oh, that's 30 NSG, right? When I do my gameplay and stuff, same exact thing. It's just what it is. You distinct your stuff. You make a brand for yourself, okay? Now, obviously, if someone uses the idea that I have, Obviously, I was the first, but guess what? No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit if down the road someone has the exact same thumbnails as me, but they look at someone else and go, oh, well, you stole from him. Even though I was the person that did my thumbnail first, right? Nobody cares. This is all just, well, now you can steal anyone's thumbnail. You can steal anyone's thumbnail right now. Right now, I can steal anyone's thumbnail and mimic it and make it exactly the same. But because it takes me 20 minutes or 30 minutes to do it, that's okay. But now that I can do it instantly with a type, that's not okay. Robert Jones says, I'm generally worried about copyright infringement, but I won't actually care about AI until it takes my job. That's exactly how most people feel, right? They're like, nah, that's fine. But now it's on my front doorstep. They're like, but what about me? What about my thumbnails? Unless you copyright your logo or something like that, it's fair game. Yeah. Thumbnails are not, you can't, like Santos said, you can't copyright what a thumbnail looks like. Okay? You're just making a thumbnail. You can copyright your logo. You can copyright stuff like that, which is fine, because even if you put your logo on there, right? My logo is on my thumbnail. They can remove that thumbnail. They can remove that logo. There's a tool for it. You just highlight real fast and just boop, right? You could do it right now. I could take someone's thumbnail right now, okay, pop it into Canva. I could take their picture, put my picture, and put it in there and say, replace this within the Canva itself, okay? And then all of a sudden it puts it in there. I can highlight something in Canva where, let's say he had a beer in his hand. I can highlight it and say, put a glass of water. Boom, glass of water appears, right? Like, these things have already been here. This is not surprising. But because Mr. Beast is doing it, now there's a problem. Why is it a problem? Well, it's because he's rich and famous, and it's not fair. That's basically the way I'm taking it. It's not fair that he keeps getting more rich and famous, even though everyone can do the exact same thing he's doing right now on other programs. Ta-da. Amazing. It's just stupid. Do I see a problem with it? No, because it already exists. It already exists. Do I see a problem with Mr. Beast doing it? No, because again, it already exists. It's just now he has his version. And it'll probably be more successful. Why? Because of branding, because of his marketing, because of who he is, and he has the opportunities and has more viewership. That's it. This is why people are upset about it. And look, I have so many different thumbnails, right? I have so many different thumbnails for different shows and different things, and I use them over again, right? Super simple. Wait till Disney partners with OpenAI. Well, there's a lot of things going on right now, right? So when I was doing all the research for my music stuff to get it on Spotify and stuff, I went down the rabbit hole of they're trying to stop Sono from making music because Sony and Universal don't like it with the AI music, okay? Because they're taking other people's vocals or whatnot, supposedly. And so what Sony and Universal are trying to do is that they're trying to purchase Suno, right? They're trying to purchase it because if they purchase it, then they could put a kibosh to it, okay? And that's what they're doing. They're worried because they can't make money from it, or they're losing too much money because people are making tracks and putting it on their platforms, and they have to pay those people out for music being made, but they're not making profit from that. So now they have to buy the company that people are making the music from, so then they can dictate who can make music or not from there. Right? That's what these corporations do. It's not a problem until it is a problem. Now I need a thumbnail of 30 NSG in a small triangle in a desert while doing a backflip. You know, you could probably take that all turn. Let's see. Let's see what it does. If I copy and paste that and we go to, I don't know, can we use Gronk? I'm going to go to Gronk. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let's put this on the screen right now. All right. I need a YouTube thumbnail with this prompt. Let's see what happens. I just copied and pasted what you put in the chat. Let's see what happens. Well, there you go. A thumbnail of 30 NSG in a small tricycle in a desert while doing a backflip. Boom. This one looks great. I could take my face, right? I could take my face, put it right there, and voila, done. Book it. Book it. Look how hard that was. Right? Look how hard that was. They're in court right now? Yeah. What do you think will happen when someone actually makes a movie with AI image and fallout from that? It's already happening. It's already happening. There's been short films and stuff for the last 2 years that people are doing it, which was a lot harder to do, but now it's easier to do. Hollywood doesn't know what they're in for. They don't understand what they're in for, but they will find out real soon because there are people already making shorts and movies and cartoons, and all are created by AI. But Mr. Beast, by the way, is the bad guy because any AI tool right now you can type in. Think about the logistics here. Before I had to Photoshop and do all the stuff, right? Then just the last 2 years or so, you could type in something just like he's doing, but you have to more fine tune it and then kind of Photoshop stuff in there or whatnot. Then you could do it really easy, and there's all these different programs. But now they don't even want you to type a lot. What you're doing now in his program is that you could type in the URL of someone else's channel, and then it's going to take that and basically train the AI. Okay, well, this is what he's asking for, which you could do right now. If I take 30 images of Mr. Beast's or anybody else's channel for their thumbnails and give it in to the AI and say, these are the type of thumbnails I would like you to create for me, I could put it in there. Now, it would take some time on my end. Okay, that's what basically they've done. They've trained whatever the algorithm is that if I take this URL and put it in here, they're asking me to look at this, scan their page, see what it is, and if you do that, it's going to bring all the data in and says, okay, you want a thumbnail like that? Voila. It took a little bit more time. So let's say it took an hour and a half before, and now it takes 2 minutes. It's been happening for the last couple of years. But again, it wasn't a problem. But now it is because Mr. Beast. Roadkill says the point is he's using other thumbnails and just changing them just to stealing his. It's a joke. Roadkill, did you miss everything I just said for the last, 45 fucking minutes? It's already happening on the platform. It's been happening for years. People steal other people's thumbnails all the time. I literally pulled it up 30 seconds. And there was 2 thumbnails on the page that were from 2 different creators, the exact same. Krebsy says, just call it peaceful AI. And the problem solved, no longer violent. Did you miss the thumbnail that I showed within the first browse? You could scroll down and find 2 thumbnails that look the same within 3 scrolls. Same font, same figure, same everything. Yeah, but you saying that, right? You saying it, though, is saying, well, what he's doing is just that everyone's doing it. Everybody's doing it. It's been happening for years. Do you know which thumbnails stole the most? Take a guess. What thumbnails are stolen the most on YouTube? That people take his thumbnails and then make them their own and put their face instead of his face. Would you like to take a guess? It rhymes with Mr. Yeast. Okay? Like, obviously, this could be more of a, well, everyone was stealing my thumbnails for years. Let me turn it around and make everyone else's. Right? Nobody's going to admit that they made thousands, tens of thousands, millions of dollars off of their thumbnails, stealing off of his. But now, because he's doing something, now it's morally wrong. Are they literally really doing and going to another creator's page, taking a thumbnail, putting it in an AI program and changing it? I don't think so. I think it's just happening. Why don't you scroll back up to your own thing that says, I'm not a YouTuber, I don't know. Right? You said this just 5 seconds ago. Right? 5 seconds ago, I'm not a YouTuber, I don't know. Then you come out and say this. So ridiculous. They steal each other's stuff all the time. There's people that do videos. What you need to do, if you guys really want to become a really good YouTuber, what you need to do is you need to go to other people's channels and study what their thumbnails look like. And see, what you can really do is you can just take this and see, you take the big bold pen, you put it over here. The exact same thing. They just made it simpler. Same font, same everything. Mr. Yeast sounds like a good bread channel. I'm going to start it up. Mr. Yeast, I'm going to start it up. It's so ridiculous. I'm looking at stuff now going, oh, yeah, that person's from that. That person's from this. That's a big one too. Black screen, white lettering, big person, like this is a popular one to steal all the time as well. This one right here where it says peaceful, right? Where it's black with the one side because you look from left to right type of stuff. Right? You can literally scroll through here and you could probably spot some and go, oh, wait, that looks exactly like the one you just passed. Right? Now, obviously, the channel that I'm looking at here, I watch most of these channels on this thing, right? So if I just go to YouTube and start scrolling down, you'll see and go, oh, wow, wait a minute. Those look similar. Asmongold usually just does a screenshot of what it is, and he's usually doing this, or he's touching himself in like on his face in some way, shape, or form. He's looking shocked. That's usually what his look like. Hawkeye and Green Arrow. Oh, you're saying as far as like copying and stuff. Yeah. It's just funny to me. The only reason it's news is because it's Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast can cure cancer, and they'll be like, well, how come he didn't cure all of the cancer? You know, it's like he just cured like 1,000 people from being blind. They're like, this fucking asshole didn't heal me for being blind. It's like, what? I'm confused. You're hating a guy because he's paying for stuff to help people hear and see? And now because he made an AI tool that's already out, it's just his own? People are upset. So confusing. All right. That's going to do it for me today. It's almost 1 o'clock. I got to go to a doctor's appointment again today because yesterday's got messed up. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. We'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Chatting With podcast with the Real Fake Wizard. That's on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join in for the conversation. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Sunshine, rise and shine. The daily grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixels small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. We're nitty tuned in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming always.